Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome into this week's chapter of New Blood by Night. I'm your host, your storyteller, your dungeon mistress, your dark reigning queen, your confused antisocial. And enough about that. Let's meet our coterie, starting with the one and only Aurora.
Hello everyone, my name is Spectre Zero. I'm just your average time traveling dimension hopping android, and in this game I play Aurora. So yeah, we're anyways, just another villain. Yeah, you. Or I mean, no wait, you're doing I'm so sorry. I'm so confused. Then Cosmic, or yeah.
Hello, I am Jaqi, and I'm playing Mori. And, yeah, the silence just explains how confused she is about what's going to happen soon. I'll pass it over to... Did Luke already go?
It's me. Hello.
Yeah, do Luke.
Yeah, it's Luke. I'm playing Azriel, and things have gotten a little darker for your boy. And I'll pass it on to Villain.
Yo, it's your boy, just another villain, coming at you, playing Damien and Artemis, both at the same time, sometimes separately. We'll see what happens from there on out. Who knows? Damien's just the goodest boy. He does nothing wrong. As everyone stares at me like you're full of shit.
With that,
You're my boy, my boy.
that's not inaccurate. Bill, would you hit us with that recap?
Surely. We started the session with Damien, actually. So Damien's night started rather interestingly because he woke up with more or less having Robbie kind of in his face, like, Damien, I saw a woman who was naked in the mirror. And yeah, so he went to go look in the mirror. He didn't say anything, but he doesn't. He's finding out about like his powers, especially his passive ones. And I had to explain to him it's one of your abilities to see like supernatural things that people normally cannot see or incapable of seeing unless you have this unlocked. And it was kind of just like a breakdown of things. And then there was the whole freak out of Mia going out to, she left and Zero was disrespected. He was kicked and he agonized over it. It was hilarious. And then we all eventually went upstairs as Hanson was just making some breakfast at night. And then, Mia finally came back with groceries in hand. Damien gave her a hand. She kind of gave him the, you were caught look, and began to drink the pomegranate juice I filled with Vitae. And then we had a talk. It was a serious talk about what my intentions were, which was semi-truth. Like, he does want to make sure that his roommates are okay and safe, because they are not safe as long as he currently lives there. And it is the only shield he can really technically give them. But also ulterior motive. And then he had his lamentations, more or less, of the shades of gray are becoming black and white, and it's hard to discern what's gray anymore, more or less. Had a test to see if I can circumvent something. No, Damien was put on his ass. And Mia more or less said, like, I will be the one to put you down if you go too far. And there was a voice inside me that said, we gotta hollow out that brain, son, to not, die. But, I made a roll to resist. She bit me. It was awkward. I didn't end up biting her, so, like, I just allowed her to have her moment of dominance in that sense. And then there was, like, a very heartfelt moment. And then the declaration to burn the caves to the ground was made. And that was that. Now we go on to our... Let's see here. I believe... Yes, it was Luke. It was Gabriel. It was Azriel. Azriel wakes up. As he wakes up, there's this entity in his room, just kind of there, extending an outstretched hand, this kind of like ethereal dark presence there beckoning him, and he goes to follow it. And as he follows it and opens the door, there's a passageway that is just filled with dark and gray. And as he goes down the passageway, he is led to a river that is in an area where all these creatures and things and beings are just watching from trees and bushes, like they're these wraiths or ghosts just watching this whole thing transpire, more or less. And a person approaches him. He calls himself Seth, and he says, "It's time to be baptized. It's time for you to be cleansed." And he does it. He is baptized in the whoops, didn't even hit that. He is baptized in the river Styx, and gains a myriad of things after that, and then eventually ends up back in his bedroom. Now with Mori is taken to... She has this vision of Peggy. Peggy's just... She's Peggy. She's doing her thing. But then that is just washed aside as she is gone, and she is faced with 4 different paintings, north, south, east, and west. And the choice was to, which way would you like to go? Chose to go south because that's where Peggy was technically in facing. And it was to this Egyptian setting of the what seemed like the very ancient pyramids, and encountered this woman and this serpent. And there were all these attendants that were there as well. And she was given this sacrificial blade. And I feel like that was an interpretation to be the justice of our pact, to be the one to, well, kind of continue what she's been doing, more or less. And it's absolutely wild. The level of detail with that scene was phenomenal. Then we have Aurora. Aurora awakened alone in her room. There was no stone, no nobody. But then that just kind of all faded away as she went into a room that was essentially an archive, a grand archive. And as she began to look around and pick things up, the room began to fill with blood everywhere. It started to her ankles, to her knees, almost up to her body. And she began to traverse towards this light. And as she traversed towards the light, she realized she was in this whale-like creature and declared that I will escape this. And it began to laugh insultingly as Aurora was swallowed, also lamenting the loss of the archive. But she is taken back. She returns to the archive with this being. At first you don't see it. It's right in the middle of this center. I can't think of the word right now, but you can watch the YouTube video when it comes out. But essentially it was this being there to offer her knowledge, the things that she wants. And this is what Aurora loves, Aurora craves, is that knowledge is power, and having knowledge gives you infinite power. And the offers that were given to her were accepted. And after this being had given her these offers, 3 doors were set before her. She denied the doors at first, but then was once again told to choose. She chose one of the doors, and in that door was a similar setting, similar to Azriel, where it was a dark, gray area filled with this ethereal water. She stepped into the center of it, and once again was approached by Seth. She denied his want to be baptized and learn from him because she wanted to learn from Lilith. She wanted to learn from the Dark Mother. And by making that choice, Seth backed away, and she was pulled underneath the water, burning away, flesh and bone, only to be reformed once again as herself, finally back in her room. Transformative experience. She goes to take a shower, has a moment to herself and they're stone again. But it's not stone. He calls himself Seth now. They have a bit of a back and forth. He mentions she has a message, and there's an exchange between everyone. In the end, we did descend onto the park where we're supposed to meet Shrike because he wasn't there the previous night. And that's where we ended our session. If you want all the details, like the nitty gritty, which I'm trying to summarize this rather than just give you everything, because I think it's the level of detail given is fucking supreme. Please go watch the VOD. Go watch it on YouTube and smash that fucking like button.
Thank you for that recap. Remind me exactly the information, because so for me, I have a whole page of shit this little kid knows. And by little, I mean in stature.
We haven't seen Shrike yet. We did our feeding thing before, and we left off before we met Shrike.
Remind me what you wanted him to find. There was something specific.
Oh.
What I wanted him to find was information on the kid that's missing from Harper.
And Alice, correct?
And Alice. More information on her.
Yeah,
I was told about the Bruja hit
Brutality squad.
I
Yeah.
feel-
You told him about that. Okay.
And he did give my name to somebody, but he didn't give my name because he doesn't know that name.
Yeah. He gave you the
yes,
name Ophelia, correct?
Correct. He gave me the name Ophelia. I remember that.
Okay. Oh boy. So we start in a relatively not as stressful scene in tonight's chapter. Nice.
I mean, it could be.
Is that...
Let's.
No, I'm just saying, Azriel just suddenly looks real different after a nice
Yeah,
little feeding.
Yes, he does.
I was gonna say, do we all notice that Azriel looks like he has been dead
I'm
for
pretty sure
quite
it's an obvious change, right?
Yes. You know what? That's...
I think that's kind of like important. It's like a full
Yeah.
humanity change in a second.
Let's go. I'm sorry. I'm just I'm just imagining
We're all gonna be like, what?
everyone's look and like Azriel gets out of the car and it's like, ugh. Okay.
Exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah. So okay, Azriel. You know what? Let's. Yeah, describe to each other some of your changes that we might notice. So everyone roll a wits and awareness. Oh man, this is wild.
So that's like probably my best wit awareness roll I've ever done. That's 9 sucks.
Oh,
With
man.
double crit.
I got
Oh,
two.
shit.
I got
God
two
damn.
successes.
Okay, so because each of
Extra
you are
dice
gonna
did not help.
get a turn to kind of describe anything that might seem different, because you all do seem different. Some more obvious than others, obviously, clearly, without repercussions, or maybe with all the repercussions. Okay, Damien, what'd you get?
Uno momento. Wits and awareness. It's been a while. I know it's only been a week, but still.
It's been a while.
It's been a long week.
It has been a long week, sir. And that's all right. Just one success.
Oh my god.
Okay. And Aurora?
5 sucks.
Okay. So knowing what each other got on these perceptions, Azriel having the eyes of fucking God in anime,
I became real powerful all of a sudden.
you're
What
just
are
like,
you talking about?
damn, I see your sins.
Oh my god. He would.
You're all gonna get to describe, oh jeez Louise, and we're actually gonna start with Jaqi.
I don't think Mori actually changed all too much, aside from like her sense of justice that she's kind of been holding this entire time
Yeah.
kind of seems more like a mask. Like the purpose behind it, she's not necessarily even sure why it's there anymore. Kind of pretending, almost.
Pretending to be
Her appearance,
be soft, or
like pretending she cares about it being justice, right? Yeah, it's like yeah, it's more of just like of an internal thing. She didn't lose too
so it's
much
like
humanity there.
she now has a harder edge to her. She stands not in a way to
Yeah.
like hide her capabilities or her judging, discerning gaze.
Yep.
Okay, yeah. Mom is judging you.
Yeah, hard judging somebody in particular.
Been a bad boy. You need to punish me.
Wow. Damn. All right, Azriel, you're next.
I'm next? So Azriel's skin complexion's like great. It's gone from like the warm hue to like a cold hue. His fingernails are kind of elongated more into just claws, kind of permanently. There's like little cracks in the skin that are just barely noticeable, but they're noticeable. And then there's a glowing red ring around his baby blue eyes.
That
Tell me
that
about
one's
the way he holds himself.
Yeah.
Hold on, I want to know. Hold on. Tell me, how does he hold himself?
There's the pain that he's had. It's not there anymore. It's just kind of stoic, and he's got like just a frown kind of plastered to his face, like he's unhappy, but like it's natural. It's like his body forgot how to smile, type of deal. But he seems like he's giving off an aura of more power, you know? And he knows he feels more powerful.
Thank you, sir.
So I'd say everyone noticed that because it's pretty obvious. Mori's with the 1 for Damien. For Damien, he doesn't think Mori's really changed at all. But Azriel, even with a 1, it is blaringly obvious as you're headed up, cresting the hill, getting to the big fence line. And Aurora.
For Aurora, she kind of like used to, you know, she did her best to fade to the background. And I think if you looked at her, like actually just like didn't take a glance, but you just looked at her and she took off her glasses. She did like the Clark Kent effect where it's like, oh wow, you're actually kind of cute. Nah, man. Now she's like, you glance at her and you're like, oh god, like she stands out a lot more. But there is kind of like a bit of a sense of like that something is turning, like that there's always thinking, right? But it was kind of like, you know, warmth to it. But now it's more like, what is she thinking? And she has more pensive, and although there's still patience and there's still concern, she has a more calculating look to her. And but yeah, she stands out a lot more, and I don't think she realizes it. Nope. I'm pretty sure she does not realize how much she stands out. Like her eyes like almost glitter. And it's really unsettling because she's dead.
All right. I would say all of these physical things, Damien, they're very clear. And maybe there's a subtle recognition of the change within your pack mates. But last and not least, Damien, what's different about you, my friend?
I would say now, like he always had like this tall, like very brooding, imposing figure. But now it's like it used to be dead but delicious. Now it's like dead but almost bestial yet emaciated. The skin looks thin and cracked in places. His eyes glow. a forest green hue. He quite literally is looking more animalistic rather than human, more bestial in that regard. It's like a night and day change from what he used to look like and what he looks like now. Like the skin looks far more pale, almost sickly at this point. I would say probably even darker than sickly, in a way. And it's something that at this point he has slowly grown to embrace, but his will and conviction is not only still there, but it is doubled down twice just as much.
All right. With that being said, I need everyone to make... This is for something in the background. I need a group awareness check, nothing else. Just your awareness. So
Just
roll,
awareness?
Yep, just roll those dice. Don't add anything extra to it.
Okay.
We get our bonus dice from our tier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
if I
Azriel
just
is
roll my awareness, I just get one.
Okay.
We're adding it all up, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a group one.
Just
I
a
brought
group.
4.
All right.
I also get one.
3 sucks. That's all I got. No crits. Sadly.
Me and Mori got them big contributions right there.
Heck
Yeah, well, we couldn't have done it without you. So that's 9
You're
altogether.
welcome.
Okay, thank you. Let me write that down. Okay.
We're gonna get ambushed.
There is no clear indicator that Shrike is here, but there never is. What do you do?
So was this done in the park? This whole ritual thing, or with Stone or Seth? As if not, Mori would have turned invisible as we got here, or before we got here, and would then proceed to walk around using her new ability that she learned from Stone.
I believe that a part of it was finished here, but it was not.
Yeah, I was under the impression it was finished here
It wasn't started here. I would say it started, last night.
last night.
in our dreams. Okay.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to use Eyes of the Beast and Heightened Senses
Okay.
so that I can find any presence, not just Shrikes, but if there's something.
I'm gonna do the knock that I told Shrike sessions ago on the swing set that is there.
All right.
That I told him that I would do, and then I'm gonna push the swing itself and let it just go back and forth.
You can count down exactly 6 minutes before you hear the scratching. Something skittering, drawing closer, and then the squeak of one of the bathroom doors. Shrike's voice. Hey! I hear ya. What are you guys doing? Aren't you late? Were we supposed to meet later? Earlier? And he's...
No, we were supposed to meet last night. You never showed.
Yeah, right. And he scratches his throat. And he runs his fingers, trembling through his thinning hair. He doesn't leave the bathroom. But rings
Can
his
I look
hands
around?
together.
Can I look around to see if there's anyone or anything around us?
What's awareness? Is Robbie here?
Yeah, he's here.
Okay.
Like, the gang's all here. Like Hanson's here.
Is Mia
Mia's
here?
Is it Mia's
Okay.
here? Okay. Robbie's
I
just
ask
like...
Mia
Here.
Robbie's like, oh! Oh, God! Oh! Fuck! Oh, shit!
That's rude, Robbie.
Look, Robbie, he gets in front of him. Don't call attention to it. Just embrace it.
Oh my God, he looks like the fucking Gremlins movie.
No, listen. You cannot he kind of does like a zip
What do
it
I
thing
do?
for the moment, like
Okay.
just look him in the eyes like you're talking to me, okay? I look weird, right? I look like a fucking snake man, like something out of Dark Souls.
I mean, you're someone's kink, but I don't. He's the smell. You don't smell. Oh my god.
I
And Azriel.
Listen,
What the
it's-
fuck happened to him?
I don't know what his diff is. It's not. It's.
I'll tell you what his diff is. He's got fucking T-Rex claws. I'm terrified. The storyteller's laughing, but I'm terrified.
Does he say that loud enough for Azriel to hear?
He says it
With-
loud enough for everyone to hear. What are you talking about, bro?
Honestly, he is.
but-
He is. Look, the kid is trying. He's trying to be quiet, but yeah, you all can hear.
Oh my god. I got a 6, by the way.
You don't?
Azriel like looks over to him.
Oh fuck. He's looking.
He doesn't intend for it, but it's a glare. It's definitely a glare.
Oh my god.
Damien just looks back at you. What?
Yeah, Mori's
The
definitely
growler
like
is just very loud.
Are you okay?
Mori just
know
says
that he is
to
very loud.
Azriel, "Cool it. What's wrong with you?"
There's nothing wrong with me.
You look like something
fine.
is very wrong with you, says Robbie very helpfully from the back. You do not sense anything else except for you guys. However, with your wits and awareness, Shrike has an errant energy, a discombobulating thrum that is causing him to twitch.
I kind of, using my pack leadership, I will say, come on, guys, shape up. This is not the time. Robbie, you can talk about that later.
What do you mean? Look at him. Go ahead and roll
Robbie!
your charisma and leadership. Robbie, the humanity of the group.
Yeah, right? Robbie will save us, I swear.
I don't know.
Oh my fucking god. Oh, I did not roll well. It was a 4. Oh, that's okay. That's okay. 4.
Where's a pretty big number?
You know what? It's enough for Robbie's like, okay, sorry, Damien. He's really.
It's freaky. I know. Yeah, I know. I get it. Like,
Yeah, and
it's-
you're also more intense, like, you know what I mean? Like, did something happen when I left the room and all the ooga chucka started clapping cheeks shit? Was the sex magic just like too much and everyone's like hungover or
Don't worry about it. I'll explain it later.
okay.
Damien, Aurora definitely gives Damien a look, like, keep your child, like, please, reigning your child.
You just, we gotta get this business done. We can move on.
Yeah, says Shrike. Business. Gotta get it done. And he's looking around like he's nervous.
You wanna come out into the moonlight? Something scare ya?
he winces. No light.
Want me to come to you?
Yeah.
He's gonna whisper to Robbie. Keep your fucking eye on him.
Robbie looks more serious than he has like this whole time. I mean, he keeps like cutting glances at Azriel because Azriel is like same level as Shrike, maybe a little worse in his brain right now. Yeah, don't worry, I got your back.
He's gonna slide one of his pistols into his pocket. Like I know he's wearing a jacket, so it's gonna be slid into his pocket. He's just gonna tap it. Like he's like giving him like a, I don't know, touch of, affirmation.
So, into your jacket, you slide a pistol, or into Robbie's?
Robbie's.
Oh shit! Okay, he's like, what the fuck? But yeah, that's it. He just mutters that as he like puts his hand on the gun, like a little mystified by how much you trust him.
Not enough. And he's going to heel turn and walk towards. He's going to walk towards Shrike, beckoning Aurora with his hand.
And Aurora steps forward and says, and whispers so quietly, so only Damien and Shrike can hear. Shrike, are you okay?
Fine.
You don't look good.
Yeah, good, fine. Fine, just come inside. Get out of the light. Get out of the light.
All right.
Steps in with Damien.
What does Mori and Azriel
Well,
do?
if the two of them are going in, should probably set a perimeter, find somewhere high that she can take watch. Just get ready in case something does happen on the outside.
Azriel's gonna actually just walk along the perimeter. He didn't really have a big sway on hearing anything that Shrike had to say.
Okay.
I will say, though, while Mori's doing this, she does send a text message specifically to Azriel and says, "We need to talk." That's it.
He'll message back. Yeah, after this. Sure.
Does not respond.
Oh no. The breakup message is coming.
Yeah, I was just thinking that's like, we need to talk is like the worst text message you can get.
Okay. Well, the other two, inside the darkness of the mostly abandoned park bathroom, Shrike's eyes glow like an animal's in the night. And you can see under his big jacket, and with its loads of straps and trinkets, his body is quite damaged. And he is speaking around extended fangs as if he's incredibly hungry. And there's a smell, a rotten smell, permeating from his body. Yeah, so you're not the only ones who come out here asking for information, so gotta make this quick.
Right, then talk.
You gotta know. Big player coming to town. In town already. Searching, mining, looking, changing. Yeah.
You know
Any
who they work
name of
for?
this?
He says, yeah. Ministry. Coming.
Shit.
Looking. The serpents, they're here to clean and take house, but they're doing it in a way that they've slithered into the veins. They've slithered into all power.
Are you compromised?
He nods. He says, "Can't meet her anymore. Can't meet her anymore."
And where we meet now, Shrike? You're still useful, and you owe me information. I fucking paid you, and so have other people.
He like shifts awkwardly.
Listen. You'll get your information. Get your information. I just.
And he hands you an old, rolled up piece of paper.
He'll take it.
Changing people close to the senator, the mayors, and they're looking at cabinet members in Congress and New World Order, and everything's rearranging, and mob bosses are changing. The ministry, they've picked out a couple mercies, and not too happy. The Sombras are not too happy.
That could be useful, Damien.
You got
It's Sombra.
the Toreadors on South Main, glitzy part of town. They're not happy about the ministry at all, and even less so about the ministry trying to unite the Nosferatu to get them underneath their thumb. I mean, it's big plays. Something's changing.
And then
What if it's...
he starts looking in all the stalls, opening the toilets, and then closing them, and he pulls out duct tape and starts duct taping the toilets closed. Pretty paranoid.
So the Sombra... What's their deal? Why are they pissed?
Selfish, cruel clan. Their clan head was just left out for the sun. Left out in the middle of the highway.
I mean... And the Nosferatu seem to be the most oppressed currently, if I'm reading that right.
Yeah, we got our own back, our own solid ground, but the serpents are...
And he kind of motions to himself.
They don't care.
Please.
They're after something. They're looking for something. And they're looking underground. They're looking in our pots. They're looking in our homes. And they're taking.
So they're trying to force you to join them.
Not gonna happen.
They're not asking.
And he shifts, not gonna... He kind of filters off.
Aurora is going to...
We thought she was a Nosferatu. Turns out she's a fucking ministry who just marred her goddamn face. She just killed him like it was nothing. She ate him. Not like diablerie. No, not that kind of fucking taboo. Fucking ate him like an animal.
Final death. I'm sorry,
And he
Mike.
scratches his arm and scratches his mostly bald head. Your Alice.
Can I?
Your Alice is involved in all these fucking politics. I thought you should know. She goes by another name. There's a street crew she runs with. She goes by Minnie. It's this brouhaha kind of brutality squad that she hides among. She's not a brouhaha. She's not anything. She's not anything. You out her to the right people and she's dead. She's fucking hiding.
And then he kind of shifts again, Ophelia, and he starts pacing, right? And he unnaturally like crawls up the wall as he's pacing. And if you hadn't finished the blood rite last night, it would unnerve you and upset you. As it is now, neither of you is unnerved. It feels perfectly natural. Of course, a Nosferatu climbing the wall, he's a little stressed.
Yeah, no problem.
But as he does, some of his skin from his palms get left behind in like a sticky black mess and smear. The sun will take care of it because there's windows in this bathroom, but still it's disturbing.
And he says, Ophelia, Ophelia, it's just an account name. I found out. It's big, old anti-tribute.
And then he drops down from the ceiling.
That's what you got.
All right. And the kid, dead or alive?
Alive. Gonna be changed.
And he points at you right in the face, Damien.
Just like you.
Shit.
And then his spine cracks and he bends completely in half backwards and walks into one of the stalls. You hear the duct tape rip and then the toilet flush.
Wait. Can I catch him
You rush
with
up.
my bloody paw?
You see that he's like starting to like distort and twist and disappear down the toilet. What do you say?
Can I put my hand on his shoulder or his head with my bloody palm?
He's like bent in half, so kind of like you can touch his like hip, kind of, and it stops him and he snaps forward, and it's very unnerving, but
I'm gonna cough.
not really for you
I'm
right
gonna
now.
All right, it's unnerving, but it's not unnerving. I'm going to use Valverin and heal him.
Oh shit!
And she says, and Aurora says, if you need help, you help us, we'll help you. Consider this gratitude.
Oh damn! So in healing him, he shifts uncomfortably. And I need you to roll a wits, or an intelligence and politics, please.
I love when we do politics rolls, guys. That makes me happy. I don't have a lot of politics though, so gambari masho. All right. Wits and politics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or is intelligence and politics?
Intelligence and politics. Sorry.
Thank you. No, thank you. I was just out asking. All right. Oh, that's not too bad. A 5.
Okay, 1 second. Okay.
I owe you a favor.
All right.
Even though you are like forcibly healed him, right, and he didn't ask for it, you've now, because of kindred politics, you've now indebted him to you, which is the name of the game.
Aurora smiles. Thank you.
He pulls out of his pocket a key. A real tiny, old key. Looks like it was handmade, maybe from early established America.
You get one hall pass in the sewer. Just one. 'Cause I owe you a favor.
And he cuts a glance to Damien. You got a choice with that kid, James. He's alive now, but he's not gonna be for long. You know where to find him. Same place you fucking crawled up out of the ground. So I guess if you want him in your pack, you can go collect him.
Yeah. Right.
He shrugs. New world fucking order. You're gonna want to get a handhold and establish real quick. Oh, and the old church and mall. Kindred who owned them, fucking gone. So,
The bishop?
He shakes his head no.
talk to Harper about it. Her and her goons like to hang out there.
Damn it, I shouldn't have said goons. Her and her friends.
Friends, quote unquote.
I was gonna say they're not goons. Last I checked.
Her friends. Yeah.
Right. I guess we'll make a stop. To save the kid now or never.
Yeah.
He shrugs.
You don't want
Maybe if you hustle, you'll get there as they're putting him in the ground, and you can turn him yourself. But I doubt it.
If anything, they've already done it.
He
I wouldn't
nods.
be surprised.
But at least you can rear him how you want.
And he gets in the toilet.
Take care, Reich.
Take care, you and your new kids. And he
Looks
flushes
at Damien.
himself down the toilet.
Sorry, that's funny. And Aurora looks at Damien, cocks an eyebrow, and says, "James."
Code. Doesn't want to use real names. Just using a dummy name. Brutality Squad already has the name Samiel, so if anyone's listening, he's using James. We need to go now.
Right, let's go. And takes a step out and calls to Mori. Mori,
What's up?
message
She kind of
Harper.
says quietly. Okay.
And I look at Damien, message Harper. Should we have her come?
Do you guys know what clan Harper is yet?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Cool.
Where are we going?
To save the kid.
Just tell me where.
Looks to Damien. Where it all started.
At least for Damien.
Mm-hmm. At least for, yeah. Damien's, yeah.
Place we went that one time.
Yep.
No. Not there. It's different.
I thought you came from the ground.
Yeah,
Came from the
that's how it was.
ground in a clearing. But I don't know how. I know the location. I know where it is. I don't know how I got there.
Azriel, I need
Everything
you
leading up.
to roll a composure and resolve.
My specialty. I'm great at that. Can do it.
Keep role playing.
That's just 3.
Okay.
Just follow me. Just follow me, and I'm probably gonna break every possible law to get there. Mia Hansen, Robbie, we're going now.
Hanson's like, of course, Your Grace.
Once we get
Also,
the...
I need the details for that site you found.
Are you
The
saying
new
this to
headquarters
Hanson?
needs. Yeah,
Okay.
I need that headquarters fast.
He says, oh, I found several suitable buildings, but one of them has a large subterranean underground, which I thought, in the event of fire or someone invading, would be most helpful. The only unfortunate thing is the large amount of sum. It's a $4 million building, sir.
That's
But
not a problem.
I'm more than happy to steal the funds for you.
I mean, I can do it. You can do it. Whoever wants to. You know what? You do it, Hanson. We have to do something. So if you
course.
could do that for me, pal.
Shall I head home?
Don't be sloppy. Aurora says that with like a bite.
He grins. I am never sloppy. And then there's a even eviler grin. Ask your mother.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Aurora hisses at him and bares her fangs.
Ah, you wouldn't hurt a belonging of your fellow pack leader. Good day,
No, but I can certainly...
Your Grace.
Ooh, Damien, one of these days, I swear to God,
And he turns
I do
and
not like it.
like starts to walk away. And Mia looks at the both of you, but Azriel, your arm is burning as Mia's holding a cross to the flesh. and you end up not frenzying but stepping away. And she's just like, really loudly.
Also, Mia, Hansen fucked my mom. That's why they got divorced. That's all you need to know. That's why, if I'm not nice to him, there you have it. Also, I'm adding you to the group chat because he's in it.
Hansen's in it?
Mia.
I love
yeah,
it.
Hansen's in the group chat, so like Aurora adds Mia out of spite.
Yeah, Robbie like leans over and is like, yeah, he told me all about it. Apparently, she's a MILF. And Mia just looks at him, Robbie! And then she looks at Azriel. You and I are going to need to have some lessons. You're way too... This should not be burning you.
Whoa, that's weird.
I see.
We gotta go.
And she
go.
like, as
Sorry.
you guys are walking, right? You're headed to the car, you're rushing. And Mia points at your claws. And those, you need a mani-pedi. Because I bet your toenails look the same. And Robbie's like, damn, she just said it. She just said it to you. She usually says it to me because I don't cut my toenails. And
I
then
mean, you can't cut them anymore, pal.
what? No, my grippers be hella stank.
Yeah, they grow back every...
What? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And he's like climbing in the car. Fuck, dude. Stone steps out of the darkness. And so does Mori close behind him. And it's actually not Seth. He has violet eyes for only a moment. And then they shift orange and he grins. It says, I didn't find anyone listening.
Well, that's too bad. It would have been nice to question them. Now that there seems to be a new player on the field.
I am quite excited to discover who betrayed me. And he's gonna get in somebody's car. Let me roll. He gets in Damien's car. He just
Oh boy.
crawls into the back.
And I'm just like, Mori, do you
And the
try?
way he like crawls into the back is so unnatural for his big body. It's like he's boneless.
Only
do we
imagine
get
zero.
Yeah, do we so Aurora's gonna be in the back because obviously that car is fucking full. So Aurora's gonna be in the back with Mori.
Azriel definitely motions over Mori real quick.
Hansen gets an Uber or a ride of some kind, so he's not in there. Mia's driving. Mia tells Damien's gonna sit in the back seat with Stone, please. And Robbie's gonna sit in the front seat with Zero, cause scary.
That's fair.
Well, if she's motioned over, she'll make her way over to Azriel.
You said we needed to talk.
Yeah. I'm worried about you. What the hell happened?
I don't know. I made a choice for power. This seems to have some consequences.
Just a couple.
Right. I was going to teach you, but I guess it doesn't matter now.
You can still teach me. We're still running into problem after problem after problem.
I didn't think it was that bad.
I mean, the last combat encounter we had, Aurora went into torpor and I was shot. That was the first time I've ever been shot.
Right. Guess that's probably difficult.
It was scary. I know we're already dead, but I guess I fear final death.
She kind of just gives you like a concerned look and just says, just don't change who you are, right?
I don't know if I've changed. But you're here for me, right?
Yeah. And the thing she doesn't say is, at least for now,
Right? Insight
she-
you to see if I can pick up on that.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. What's my deception at? Let's see. Subterfuge,
Roll the
0. Perfect. What am I rolling?
I rolled 5
Charisma?
sucks.
Oh, nice. Let me see. Huh. I rolled 1. 2. Never mind. Yes, you can see... Like, yes, she is harder, but there's still that tenderness and that worry. And, she doesn't like where it's going. I guess is probably what you would get. And so she may be willing to jump ship if it comes to that. Take it however you want.
Azriel will just put both his hands on your shoulders. I'm here. I'm with you. I've made these decisions to protect us, our friends. They're important to me. You are important to me. More important than anything.
Right. I can protect myself, though. I do appreciate the thought.
Oh, I know you can protect yourself. You're the strongest person I know. But we all have things we have to protect, and you can't be there for all of us all of the time. Things have been very scary lately. I wasn't really prepared for all this. So, I've made my little grab at power to comfort myself. But I'm still the same.
Right. And then she just kind of gets a real soft look as she just reaches up to touch your face. I care about you. The way you are. It gave me hope. Anyways, I'll let you go. And she runs to the car with Aurora.
There's a moment there where Azriel's just kind of frozen. And a single little blood red tear will drop from his eye, and he'll turn away. Get in his truck and recompose himself.
Well, Aurora's just in the back of your truck, so. Because
So
Damien's car
Aurora,
is full.
did you hear this whole thing? Because Damien and his car's they're already going.
Yeah. I've been waiting for them, and so I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm just hearing this, and yeah, Aurora feels so awkward right now, like, like, so she's very quiet. She just like is trying to make herself like non-existent at the moment.
Are you just in the back of the bed of the truck?
Yeah. I'm just waiting for you guys. Like, come on, we gotta go. Oh my god! And it's like we can't have this while we're driving.
Well, honestly, I thought I was in the other car, so that's my bad.
I mean, there's
think you
a
probably
middle
should.
spot. You could sit between Damien and Stone if you want to.
It's true.
Oh yeah, sure, I'll do that.
Yeah, you guys can touch thighs.
Oh, all right. And Aurora's just like, oh, okay, all right. I'm in the, okay. It's like so awkward in the truck. Just like, I guess I'll sit in the passenger seat because like she's like, oh, you know. Okay. Aurora will not talk the entire car ride. She's just looking at Azriel, just like stealing glances, trying to figure him out right now.
Is there something wrong with me?
Can I do wits? Can I do an insight check?
100%.
All right. Because, physically you look different, but like, she's trying to get a read on you as a person, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Oh boy. Oh, lots of dice on this one. Please roll well. Okay, that's a 3.
Azriel is distant, a little numb almost. He's in a darker mindset, and it still hasn't all come together yet.
Okay, so Aurora from that will be like, yeah, you seem Like you got your mind on something? It just seems like you're somewhere else right now.
I have my mind on a lot of things.
Such
The
as?
last couple nights have been quite eventful.
All right.
I guess.
This is while they're driving, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so
That
what did you
last
dream
fight.
about last night?
What did I dream about?
That last fight, sorry. That's
Oh, sorry. That's one of the things I've been worrying about.
all right. So talk. What about that last fight?
You were in torpor.
You should have let me stay. I'm sorry.
I couldn't have let you stay down when important decisions about your mother was being made. That was the only reason I did something, so...
Fair enough. Let's hope it doesn't happen again. But with how things are going, it might very... There's a good chance.
And I'm gonna take some actions to help prevent that.
Okay.
I'm gonna become stronger for us. For our pack.
Good. Because there's going to be a lot of hard decisions you're going to make.
I know. But I'm gonna protect this pack. Because you're all my friends. And as he says this, that he just still has that frown that he's had ever since you've seen him today.
I appreciate that. I'm glad we've gotten closer as friends. So...
I think quite highly of you.
I'm glad you're getting with the program.
I'm on board. The pack comes first.
Mm-hmm.
Then the people who are important to me. And the rest of the world can burn for all I care.
Well then. That is... Thank you for sharing that with me, Azriel. That's very good to know how committed you are to our pack, but to us as well. But that's really nice.
All of you as people are important to me. Not just the idea of the pack. I know it's partially the ritual, but I really feel this way.
So, tell me more. What's on your mind? It's okay.
The ritual.
Mm-hmm.
A lot happened. I think I made a poor decision that night.
What kind of decision? What do you mean?
I don't think I'm ready to talk about that.
That's totally fine. Everything in due time. And she puts her hand on his shoulder. You can trust me.
I do trust you.
The pack matters to me too, and you're my friend. When you're ready to share, just come to me, and we can talk it out, okay?
If I ever get the ability to share, I will. But I
Well,
think
you
the
have-
dumb decision I made took away my voice in the thing that's concerning me.
Well, you have your priorities in the right order. I'm sure it'll work out.
Also, I'm here for you if I can ever do anything to help you.
Of course. It's good to know that I can trust you, and that I can always rely on you to be on my side.
Azriel just nods his head. Very solemnly, like... You can see in his eyes, he's a 100% committed to the pack.
Aurora looks at him and like this appreciative, like it's this deep appreciation, it's just a very deep appreciation. Like, just really happy that he's really come around and he's really gonna be there for the pack, you know? And she'll just nod and just, go about the drive. And if he wants to talk, she'll talk.
Okay. Is there anything else? For Azriel?
Actually, one other thing he'll bring up, I think.
Okay. Go for it.
I've been thinking about my father recently.
Isn't he a big name? And I mean, I've heard his name before, right? Right, storyteller? Like, he's like super important in the academia world. I'm not sure, actually. Have I heard his name before?
I know you've heard Azriel. Gabriel.
Okay. So I don't know. Okay.
No, you probably haven't heard of my father, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
All
his
right, thank
dad's
you,
a
thank you.
scholar.
Okay, thanks for telling me, guys, because I don't remember if that was session
No,
one.
I'm bringing up something from backstory new.
Okay. Yeah, because I remember we knew your name, and then you gave me your papers, and that showed your last name. So if your last name had brought up anybody else. Okay, cool. Thank you. So Aurora...
Unless you're, like, big on Egypt, maybe then you might know him from something.
I think, no, because Aurora focused more on European folklore and history. So with some Middle Eastern, like Ottoman Empire. So probably not Egyptian. So, because Aurora knows the basics of Egyptian, but that's it. Aurora would say, like, what have you been thinking about your father?
I was just thinking about how long it's been since I've seen him.
Why does that matter?
I just miss him. This feeling of being dead reminded me of him. And I guess my fear of death all started with him.
But you know what? In death, there is renewal. You should not fear death because you are already there.
No, we are in undeath. There's still true death waiting us. If we fail. Make one
maybe-
slip.
I think there's some solace to that. Because now that we've done this ritual, death will be different. I feel like there's gonna be meaning. I guess, as someone who was supposed to die, I guess I'm not even supposed to be alive. I'm not even supposed to be here.
You know what? I think you're here because you carved out a place here for yourself.
Or
I
maybe
think
it's
you're
just
strong.
or maybe it's just real bad luck. Or maybe it's good fortune. I still haven't figured that out yet. But in any case, I realized the moment I woke up again that I shouldn't be afraid anymore about doing what I needed to do or doing what I wanted. Because eventually we all die.
I seem to have lost those concerns myself.
Well then, there's nothing. Why are you afraid of final death? Is it your
As we
conscience
can go on forever?
Do you think you'll live on that long?
Practically, no. Idealistically, yes.
So tell me, Azriel, are you an idealist or a realist now?
I'm some gray in between.
Then maybe you should just act as every day as if it might be your last. Because you never know when it'll come.
I'll make sure to remember that.
Death is only the beginning. And she gets real quiet.
And Azriel will just match your quietness on that.
Okay. Roll a dexterity and drive to be able to keep up with Damien.
My specialty. Can I use a storyteller willpower?
You certainly can.
I rolled triple blank. Okay, that's fine. 2 sucks.
Yeah, with 2 successes, you're not going to keep up with his 5, but that's okay.
I never was. I only had 3 dice.
5? Oh my god! Speed demon, let's go!
He told you he was going to break every law to get there. So, Mori and Damien, the two of you have an extra long conversation. Not Mori and Damien, but Aurora and Azriel, because you get a little bit lost. And as you get a little bit lost, you sort of peter off into this not necessarily inconsequential conversation, but this very kindred conversation. We're going to, meanwhile, and cut over to Mori and Damien, who arrive in this clearing. All right, Damien, what do you remember about it? As you drive and park with a 5, potentially under the rolling night of cover, how does Damien feel?
I would say, as they pull up and he gets out of the car, he leaves the car. He stares down like the house that he used to live in with him and his roommates. This is the house where he lived in for 6 to 8 months. This is the house where the night he heard some strange noise and went outside. Couldn't remember the altercation to save his life, but it's like he's taking the steps to find where his actual life was taken from him, where his unlife would begin nights later. And he just kind of stares at the house for a moment, because no one has gone near it ever since he went missing. People refuse to rent this house out due to the fact that someone went missing for so long. So there's just a for sale sign. and he kind of approaches the deck of the house and runs his hands kind of along it to almost like in memoriam. And in that kind of like haze, he snaps out of it and he looks back at everyone in the car. All right, grab your shit. Locked and loaded now.
Mia's already ready.
like a-
Robbie's the only one fumbling.
Mori's going to look at Damien and say, "Hey, I think I got a new trick. I'd like to try it real quick, if that's all right with you."
By all means, who am I to stifle creativity?
And there's 4 of us here, is that correct?
Mhm.
Alright, well, I will use my new Obfuscate ability called Cloak of the Gathering.
Okay.
So, pretty much what happens is every one of us, there's 4 of us, I have a wits of 4, gets invisible, but we can all see each other. Yep. I will roll my rouse check now. I rolled a 10, so success. And then I will let them know, right, I've shared my invisibility with all of you. Be careful. Don't touch things, don't stab things, anything like that. Just be careful, quiet, and let's just go through, okay?
Right.
I'm
Just follow me.
I'm nervous. Robbie, just
It's all right.
stay quiet and stay close. Okay, but what if I pee myself? You won't. You can't. What? Damn.
Also, all this is said in whispers, just so you're aware, because talking loud could reveal them.
Oh, damn. I'm creeped out. And I just found out I can't poop. Do you know how relieving that is? To be able to poop, and now I can't? This is horrible. You guys should know this.
And Mia's like, keep it down.
And Damien will take charge leading them to the area where he was taken, where he was found. The area where he crawled through several undead corpses to find the moonlight.
It is deep in the woods that surround this old home. You're walking for almost a quarter of an hour. You come upon a clearing. I need you to roll a composure and resolve. Your composure is slipping slightly, and as Damien's player, you get to choose if that comes out as more agitation, less patience, more patience, like kind of a disconnect, pulling away. But think along the lines of a more inhuman approach, like playing pretend at a human emotion of discomfort.
I would say it's more along the lines of disconnect.
Okay?
It's like the part of him that's remembering something, he just doesn't want to connect to that feeling or memory at all. So the idea of just detaching personally and emotionally is just easier to deal with the situation for him.
Okay.
So I guess in that way it makes him a tad more colder.
That is fair enough. You approach the freshly turned earth. No signs of shovels, no signs of bodies or anyone having crawled up out of the ground. But there are evident signs of the earth being dug up and packed down. What do you do? So far, it's just the
He's
four
gone.
of you. There's no Harper and the rest of your pack. MIA.
He's going to, with hand signals, he's going to put 2 fingers to his eyes and kind of a circular motion with his fingers pointed out, essentially to fan out while he does the deed of, well, digging out the kid by hand.
Okay. Mia.
Whether that exposes him or not, then that's fine. That's a consequence he has to bear.
Okay. Mia kind of cups the back of Robbie's neck and pulls him aside. Robbie's got a hold of Zero for you. But in this moment, as Robbie gets pulled away from you, Zero slips out of his pocket and comes like bouncing across the ground to you, slipping into your invisible pocket. Mori, what do you do?
So Mori is going to... Okay, so I don't know if this will work at all, but she's going to go... Yeah, she's going to fan out, but she's definitely going to go... Is it multiple graves, or is it a single grave?
It's just
Like
one
a mass grave?
mass grave.
Okay. Can she use Bloodhound to see if she can smell human blood?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I will Blood Surge if that's all right.
Sure. That'll work.
All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. Does she pick anything out?
There is blood, and you recognize, I would say your memory is sharp enough, especially with the Bloodhound feature, that these boys that you met in that mall parking lot, you recognize not just one, but 2 sources.
Okay.
Same kids you met.
Oh no. Are they both in the ground then?
Sir, most definitely. There are in total 6 sources, you think?
Okay. With that, I'd like to point to one of the 2, to Samiel, and say, there. And I'm gonna try and dig out the other one myself.
Okay. Okay. So you're going to help Samiel dig. So the 2 of you that are digging, it will be, if you're using just your hands, it's going to be a strength and athletics.
All right.
So I'd like to do one of 2 things right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a rouse check for my flesh crafting.
Okay.
Hunger goes up, that's fine. And he's essentially going to turn one of his hands into like a human size made out of flesh, bone, and sinew into this essentially like scoop, like a giant hand-sized scoop to help dig.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna dig.
I'll give you an extra 2 dice circumstance bonus for that.
Just 3. Just 3.
And then remind me what Mori got.
After the generous storyteller reroll, I got 6.
Okay. The next 2 hours are spent digging.
Wait, are we 2 hours behind?
Azriel and Aurora show up an hour into the digging, and the two of you have unearthed 3 individuals that are not the 2 boys you're looking for.
I take their... Are they alive?
No,
All right.
but they have not yet roused. It is quite obvious that they are turned. You can smell kindred blood all over them, Mori.
What is our intention with them? Looking towards our leaders.
Damien looks at the 2 other bodies that aren't the people they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
The sun. That's the intention for the ones that are here. That we don't want.
I suppose we should stake them and leave them for the sun.
Yes, that would be ideal.
Whoever's doing this is trying to build an army. They don't need more bodies. And I highly doubt this was their choice.
So we're just gonna kill them?
We're not killing them.
That
They're already
guy
dead.
goes to school with me. Robbie points at one of the 3.
So, Robbie, I'm just going to lay it out to you as gently as I can, which isn't probably not going to be gentle, but here's the thing. They were all turned. And when you wake up, you become so hungry you will murder anything and anyone around you. Eat them, drain them dry. So if they were to all raise together, they would just be blood-crazed monsters. I mean, if you're really attached to that kid, maybe... And she just kind of like looks at Samiel. He could be useful. He could make a difference.
I have a question. What was your family doing in those caves?
Hunting. Mia gives you a look. Because she's already told this story.
But she hasn't told it to us, right?
Right. She told it to Damien.
And she looks to like Mia like, why are you giving me that look?
Mia just looks at Damien like, hello? Did you already tell him?
I didn't tell him. It wasn't my place to do it.
Mia just
Is
kind of
there?
gets like a pinched, like... It's obvious to your new kindred senses. She does not want to exhume the pain that it was involved in telling Damien in the first place. So she is a little frustrated.
I guess, could you just tell us what your family was? If you don't want to share?
Hunters. We're generational hunters of everything supernatural.
Aurora looks at her wide-eyed and then looks at Damien. So...
If you get out of
us.
hand, I'm going to be the one to put you down. And
Mori
Robbie
just says,
looks at her. What do you mean?
Mori just says, I'd appreciate that.
Now, at this moment, there's steps through the tree line as Harper shows up. And your phone goes off, Mori, as you get a text message from Peggy.
All right, I'll quickly check it, see if it's like an emergency.
Not
but, like, aside
emergency,
from
just
that, you may not.
Peggy's like, at work, got some information about some crazy Mercy stuff that's going down. Well, I'm gonna catch these fuckers on embezzlement. Like, just...
Yeah,
She
Mori,
also
I guess
sent
if
you a
it's
bunch of
with, like,
photos of
that-
like her breakfast and like what she did during the day, just checking in. Like, I'll go to the bookstore, bought this book. I'm gonna read it. Do you read? Maybe we should have a sister book club. Gosh, it's so cool that I have a sister now. I got us matching
Is it the
pajamas.
same bookstore that Azriel likes?
Matching t-shirts.
Yeah, you just have a slew of just very human, very mundane messages.
Yeah, as this is going,
Right.
Aurora is still digging. Yeah, and she just looks at Mori, and she then checking her phone, seeing her smile, and then kind of like smiles, and then looks at Mia, kind of like studies her.
Yeah, she knows you're looking at her, but she doesn't. She's not digging. She's not letting go of her weapons either. She's letting you all dig, and not.
Oh no, that's appreciated.
She's not letting Robbie dig either. Robbie's just like, we're just gonna. Mia, we can't just. They're monsters now, Robbie. And Harper's like, as Harper steps in, she steps in the clearing. Little blonde. She says, "What's a hunter doing here?"
Aurora stands up.
And Robbie's like, "Harper?" And Harper's like, "Robbie? Wait. Are you a monster?
Y'all go to school together?
I'm a monster too now.
Wait.
You're a monster? I'm a monster. My sister kills a monster. Her boyfriend's a monster. She's a monster fucker. Certified now. Sorry, Damien. And the hamster talks."
It's a ferret.
That's what Zero says from the hole. I'm a fucking ferret! So as you're digging up these bodies and you continue, you find the two boys that you're looking for. Robbie and Harper are just... Robbie, mostly, is just like, "Oh my god! I went to school with that kid, too! And that kid! They're stealing teenagers!"
This is bad.
It sounds like there's going to be a lot of empty seats in that high school.
This is
Yeah.
very, very bad, guys. They're stealing impressionable kids.
Yes, they are.
Oh my
Easily
god!
manipulated
We
kids.
can't stake them. Let's start our own army. Come on. Harper's like,
Robbie,
we can't do that. Yes, we can.
How are
Mia's
we-
like, no.
how are
Damien,
we gonna manage them?
Damien, come on. We all take one.
I've already have one.
What? I don't count.
You remember that, right?
I don't count.
How do you?
Azriel, you want to start?
You're Batman.
Stake
I'm
it?
Robin Hood. I technically don't count. Don't stake them. Come on.
Robbie.
They're
please.
people. They're people. People. Look.
Looks at Mia.
He like squats down next to one. Look. He picks him up and he's all dead and floppy. People.
I was about to say it's like a rag doll. And how can I say? Aurora looks at Mia and like really sad. Like, you'd never talk to him?
Robbie, come on. I know you've always had a hard time with the ones that look like people. Yeah. What about... Well, they're... Man! And he just drops the guy. And he just... This is stupid. We're just gonna kill them all? Why do we even dig them up? Just fucking... And he like stomps off towards the car.
Mori then says, "Harper's friends are in the ground, I think."
Great. But the rest
I
of
thought
them...
we dig them up just now.
Fuck them. Yeah, they're all done. You've all dug them all up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, at this point.
You better stop in your tracks there, pal.
Why? And he turns around, he's all,
Because you don't know what's out in the forest. That's why you'll get ambushed, attacked, beaten to torpor.
frowning, fold his arms, leans against a tree, but he's faced away from you guys.
Don't be like that.
Like what? Like we're just gonna murder a bunch of people who didn't sign up to die? Sweet.
They're already, Robbie, they're dead.
No, they're
already.
not. They're gonna come back. They're like us. I could be murdered still.
We're technically not living. And she goes up to
But we're not
Robbie.
technically dead yet.
She goes up to Robbie and she says, and puts her hand, takes his hand and puts it to his chest.
Don't touch my hand. Come on. Stop that. You're like a teacher.
I want to ask you, do you feel a heartbeat?
No, I'm not touching your chest. That's weird.
No, this is your hand to your chest. Do you feel a heartbeat?
No, I don't. Stop.
You don't, right? And what
But
do
I'm
living
talking.
things have?
I'm thinking. I have feelings.
I know. But that doesn't mean we're living. I know this is hard for you, Robbie, especially because these people are very familiar with you. But the thing is, the things they're going to become, not everybody's going to be lucky like you, and we don't have the capacity to manage all.
Yay! I was born with privilege. So let's just murder
Robbie.
everybody that doesn't have that privilege or luck to be born into a family that cares. And Mia's like, Robbie! Robert.
We're just...
And she uses his full name. And he's like,
Ooh.
he turns and looks at her and he's like, what? And she's like, what did our father teach you? Mia, they're like me. And then he leaves into the trees and she goes after him.
I think we did that at the same time.
And he's going to go after the both of them.
All right. Yeah, Aurora lets them go and then motions to Harper. Well, you're going to have to teach them, but there's 2 is a handful. Are you going to be okay?
She just frowns. I'll do my best. You all seem kind of different.
Is that a bad thing?
She shrugs.
Everyone keeps telling me that.
You look really different.
Maybe I feel a little different.
You could say that, well, a couple nights in the city and with everything that's happened really changes you. But, to make sure
yeah.
that these, let's stake them and put them somewhere where they'll get caught by the sun. At least that'll keep your friends safe for now. Do you have a place to tie them down or until they can be fed?
She kind of shifts uncomfortably. What if I take them all? Would you help me secure them?
Do you have a place that could house this many? Harper, this is a big responsibility.
Got a place I'm squatting in that could fit them.
Harper, if you do this, you're gonna owe us a favor. Do you really want to do that?
I already owe you a favor. And she's
sure you
just
wanna
kind of
make it
holding
too?
not James, whatever his name is. I don't know. I think it is James. But she's holding her friend. Let me look at my notes. Shoot.
And can I insight her when she says she wants to save them all? To see if there's a more nefarious purpose behind it?
Sure.
Azriel's paranoid now. That is 4 sucks.
Oh yeah. Maybe not nefarious, but there's absolute
It's a
strategy
power play.
behind that, yeah. I mean, she's a single kindred.
Mm-hmm. So Aurora looks up to Harper. If we help you, I want you to be an ally. We will help you, and you will help us. Because you're gonna get noticed with this many. I hope you're ready for that responsibility.
She looks to each of you that are here.
If she looks at Mori, she can probably tell that Mori wants to talk to her, but hasn't said anything.
Mori, can I talk to you over here in the trees, please?
She'll nod.
And then we'll meanwhile after this conversation to Robbie, who's probably the most human of the group still. So he seems completely unreasonable. So Harper takes you off to the side, like far enough away that potentially your pack can't hear you, and folds her arms and is like, "What's on your mind?"
I just need you to know something. I don't think it's safe for you or your friends in the city anymore. There are big moves happening. I don't know what tomorrow is going to look like. Do you have any capability to move you and your friends somewhere else?
Yeah.
I don't know, convince your parents?
Kind of, but
Right.
She just kind of shifts uncomfortably. I was just trying to live.
Yeah, no, I get it. I do. Right. And I'd like it to stay that way. So, I know this is probably a big ask. You can call my favor even, but get out of the city. Find somewhere for you and your friends to live peacefully.
Oh.
Aurora's gonna try to shift closer to be able to listen to this, but
Okay.
try to be like a safe distance.
Okay.
So I am gonna be using disciplines, which is
Okay.
heightened senses.
Okay. Go
So
ahead
just
and,
for specifically for ears.
go ahead and roll and add your circumstance bonus.
Okay, so that is user adds their aspects rating. Okay, good. Right, so what do I gotta roll?
Wits and awareness.
Wits and awareness?
Mhm.
Thank you. Okay. Meow. 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 Then another one. And another one. Whoa. Oh. That is a 6.
Yeah, you're able to hear this.
Oh yeah, Aurora's gonna. I'm sorry, Aurora's gonna like. Oh God, I feel so. Is it okay? Like, I just want to ask. Is it okay if Aurora steps in? If not, like.
I mean,
if she would do it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, I just don't want to impede on your like trying to do on your one-on-one
Nope,
role play.
you do it. No,
All
you're
right.
good.
Aurora would go to Mori and be like, and just straight up like walk quickly, just be like, she doesn't have time, Mori, especially if she wants to take on all of them. If you want her to go out, then she can only take the 2. And then it's still gonna take
Yeah.
a night. It's still gonna take her 2 nights.
Right, I know.
You're
I
asking
know I'm
her
asking a lot. I know.
You're asking her to put herself in danger.
You say it that way, and she kind of winces. I'm asking her to live. At
It's
least that's
too-
what I'm attempting to.
It's too late to leave the city without going unnoticed, especially when you have such a large group. If you truly want to, then you leave alone, Harper.
I can't leave my friends. What if something happens to them?
If you want to be with your friends, then I insist you take just the 2 if you want to keep them safe. if you take all of them, it compromises you. It puts a big target on your back. Trust me, 2 is going to be better than just you, for sure. I get that. And then once you've helped your friends adjust, hopefully you can leave. But Mori, asking her to leave with her friends, I know you care, but that's just logically that's reckless. That's dangerous.
She kind of looks down ashamed, actually.
And I look at Harper. Like, I know you care about your friends, but you know how bad it's gonna be. You can't save them all. So at least try to save the ones close to you. At least you'll have a fighting chance that way.
She looks back out over the clearing. And we're gonna meanwhile right there over to Damien. Okay. He is storming a decent distance, but not too far. You know, not so far he gets lost, but far enough away from the clearing. Damien and Mia catches up to him, and Mia is explaining that they are monsters now. And he's like, yeah, like me. Like me. She's like, no, not like you. And he's like, oh, because I'm privileged. And it's just kind of a helpless back and forth between the siblings.
It's different.
Yeah.
Robbie.
How? How is it different? How am I different from those guys? Didn't you experience this, man? You should want to help
You
them.
want to know what you want to know what I experienced, Robbie?
He kind of steps back from the intensity of your voice.
I experienced an intensity that I've never felt in my life. I felt nothing but a will to survive, a will to escape this grave I was put in against my will. And all I did was claw like a feral animal, not even thinking. I just clawed till there was moonlight. Even then, I was greeted by someone I didn't understand or completely know like I thought I did.
Why can't we help them? I don't get it.
It's too many bodies. What do you want me to do? Make an underground bunker for them? This has to be within reasonable, and it has to be feasible and reasonable all at the same time, Robbie. There are logistics to all of this. It's not just I can take in 4 or 5 of them and collect them like some sort of trading card, Robbie. I picked you.
So because it's too hard? I don't understand. How is it too hard? Just
It's not that it's too hard. It's noticeable.
well, then
You can't just have
make him
8
like
people
Hansen. I
roaming
mean,
around.
Hansen does whatever you say, right? At least they're not dead. And Mia's like, Robbie, that's
Hansen?
taking away their free will. To some degree.
Hansen.
As far as I understand, Hansen this was her only choice. Right? And she looks at Damien.
I was given a choice with Hansen. I was told to let him go. But if I let him go, he was going to kill himself.
Okay. So you can save him. You could be a good guy. You don't have to be a monster. We're not.
Know what I did to save him, Robbie?
I don't know. Magic,
I
hoodoo,
hollowed out
witchcraft.
every single memory, every single thought, every single thing that he loved and held dear, I carved out of his brain. You want me to do that to everyone over there? Every single one?
No, I don't want that.
I took pity on Hansen. Pity. And gave him a means to live so he doesn't kill himself. I understand you want to do something right, but sometimes you have to look the other way. It sucks. I know it. It's not fun. It's not easy. If I could take everyone in, I would, but I can't. This isn't a charity. This isn't a Hathaway house. You have to understand, Robbie. Hard decisions have to be made, and unless everyone in the pack wants to start taking someone, and we fill this new headquarters with nothing but kindred, we're gonna stand out if people just come and go. The whole point of this new headquarters is to not be noticed. Our existence is a secret. It's meant to be a secret. Why do you think you're generational hunters? The whole point is for you to kill us in secrecy. Not flaunt it to the world, be like, hey, I killed a fucking vampire.
He just looks down at the ground. You sound like my dad. Robbie.
I'm not trying to be an asshole, Robbie. I'm just telling you the reality. We have to protect ourselves
You know, it was
in the grand scheme.
my first hunt going into the ground. I don't know. It just... There was a ghost once. But she talked like a normal person. Even though she hurt people, And Mia, the whole energy from Mia, like, she's hearing this for the first time, completely shifts. And she's surprised but not surprised. I let her go. Tracked her source to this old graveyard, and I took the doll she was connected to, and I found her in an abandoned house, and I let her go. I just don't understand what makes a person and what makes a monster. I don't get it.
You're more of a person than I am right now, Robbie. It's new, it's different. But you have to understand, we have to make hard choices, and this is one of those. If it were up to me, I would just leave them to lie there. Whenever they wake up, they just wake up. Yes, I understand. It's reckless. It's not my problem. It really isn't. I'm not here to wrangle people in. I'm not here to hunt Kindred down. I'm here to find out where the fuck I came from. And along the way, I saw you were dead, and I couldn't live with it. So I sacrificed a part of myself for you. No, I'm not trying to guilt trip you. I'm just saying, the pain in your sister's eyes and Mia's eyes wounded me in a way I never thought it would.
Mia's looking at you now.
Don't.
There's just thankful emotion, even though she's trying to stay hard. Because these are ultimately kindred that could make very terrible choices. And she knows that, and you know that. Just Robbie doesn't. To him, they're
Morale.
kids like him.
Thing is, Robbie, is that you're in a different situation. Let's create a hypothetical here. I know you're smart as fuck. Let's say you were raised, and it wasn't me, it was someone else. And all they did was leave you alone in that cave. You frenzied, you ran out during the night, you found someone, you drained them dry. A hiker. After the fact, you realize what you've done. What do you say to yourself then? Huh? Is this normal? Is this what I do now? I just go out and murder people if I want to. There's really no form of morality or ethics. I can just exert this power over anyone, and all I have to do is hide myself during the day. Okay. Fine, why not?
I don't know. I don't know. What are you gonna roll as you're talking to sway him, convince him, cow him to your side?
I guess charisma and... Like, I'm not trying to manipulate him, I'm trying to empathize with him. So persuasion and charisma, yeah, I could do that. So that is a grand total of 3 with a bestial.
Okay, he's afraid of you, but in like the way young men are afraid of their fathers, right? I mean, you're his brother-in-law, but you're older. He looks up to you. You know, he really wants you to think he's cool, and so he gets that expression that young men do, and he's like, "Oh no, I'm just being a wussy here. I'm just being an idiot." Like, you're right. Sorry.
Listen, I'm not trying to talk down to you, tell you you're wrong. We just don't have...
You're right. I mean, what if they do change and they just start killing people and they think that's what it's supposed to... I mean, I don't know.
Someone's gonna come back for them. Or they're gonna find them. And they're gonna teach them to be awful creatures.
So we're gonna just leave him for the sun so that doesn't happen. So, I mean, how do we know if we leave him for the sun that those people aren't gonna come back and take him anyway? So we might as well take them, and he's gonna roll manipulation. Hold on. Bartering with the adult here. Because if we just leave him out here, I mean, someone could come back. Oh my god, you sweet thing. You're not good at this. Okay. He's got 1 success. His manipulation, his persuasion. And he's like, think about it, right? I mean, we could at least take... Mori could take one. Mori could take one. Aurora could take one. I don't think Azriel should. His grippers are way too evil looking.
Do you want the nuclear option then? Is that what you want?
What's that?
There's gasoline in the car.
What? No. No. I was just... No.
I mean, they won't feel it. They haven't even changed. It's gonna take them a while to feel the effects. Maybe there's something. But they will. They will burn Ravi.
He starts to cry.
He's gonna move in to give him a hug.
Okay. He, after a minute of just kind of that young defiance, he clings to you like a boy. And he cries. You feel Mia's soft touch on your back. And, we're gonna meanwhile there. Azriel. Anything for you?
I mean, everybody's split off on their own, so I have a little bit of time, right?
A little bit, yeah.
I'm gonna pull out my silver rosary.
It's burning. It's stinging.
I do wanna hold it by the chain, not by the cross. And I would like to do some blood sorcery on it to put a ward on it.
Okay.
My intention for this ward is, once the rosary goes on, whoever I decide to give it to let me know if anything happens to the person wearing it, if they're affected by any supernatural creatures.
Okay, so what are you gonna use to scratch these script in?
Cut into a little bit of my finger and start bleeding on it, and kind of very small, controlled bleeding the vitae.
Okay, that's gonna take a dexterity and occult.
That is a big roll. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a skull, so it's 7 total.
Okay, so essentially there's no ritual roll until somebody triggers
Yeah,
this.
until a trespasser sets
Perfect.
it off.
Okay, but with that 7, you're able to very intricately get it on the back of the cross and a little bit up the rosary.
And then I'll after I'm finished with that, I'll just put it back in my pocket and tell myself I'll be giving that to who needs it tonight.
Okay. And at that, I would say, at that point, this last scene with attempting to comfort Robbie and attempting to save Harper. Very, very well. Very well. Okay. We cut back to Harper to convince her in either way to leave, to stay, to only take the 2 friends. Go ahead and roll what you would like to attempt to use.
So my question would be for Mori, would you also be making this role for to say, or and storyteller, is this a competing role between us?
A little bit, yes. Whether Mori pushes any further, the original intent was to convince.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll use persuasion.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, persuasion, not that I have any. Okay, can I rouse for this?
Yeah, I'll allow you both to rouse if you'd
Yeah, I'll
like.
take it. Okay.
Okay. How many dice do I add to mine? Sorry. I only add the 1, right? If I'm not mistaken.
It depends on your blood potency.
I think I'm only at 1 or 2.
Well, it's different if you're 1 or 2.
Yeah, it is different if you're 1 or 2.
Oh, I'm just 1 then. I'm a bebe.
Just 1 then.
Okay.
I have surpassed you in blood potency.
Oof.
Whoa.
Yeah, but I mean, at least I don't
Okay.
look like a dead angel.
Dead
Right.
angel. Or dead angels.
Yeah. I
Alright.
am
Oh,
with the rouse check. Yeah, I'm probably gonna lose, but I did good.
I did good too,
Proud of you.
surprisingly.
7 successes.
Oh, I beat you by just. Okay, I'm gonna take a picture of this because I beat you by just freaking 1.
Wait. Let me double check. Make sure I rolled all my dice. Let's see. It's charisma. Yeah, I rolled all my dice. 1, 2. Nope, I didn't. Hold on, one more.
Oh, here it is. Oh shit. We're doing rollies.
Yep, because I rolled another one because I had 6 after adding my rouse check. Yeah, I got 8.
I got 8 too.
Nice.
We both convince her.
Or we
I
can
don't know
leave it
what
up
you're
to
trying.
DM.
To be honest, I don't know what you're trying to convince her. To be fair.
I don't know either. I was just told to roll. I was writing notes down and I did it. To leave or to be safe. Like specifically, Mori would be stay out of whatever's going on. That would be like the change where like that was what would she would say next after, like kind of getting refuted, and then she'd kind of like look at Aurora and say, "Is that all right?" Like almost wanting that connection.
To have her stay out.
Yeah, stay out of the way. Out of the fighting, pretty much is what she's asking for.
What would Aurora do? She's still she's only at a 6, so. All right, let's see. Sorry, I had to roll my dice. Oh snap! Okay, yep, human side wins. That's the first time I've actually had to roll a d10 for her. Aurora nods her head. Can we both combine our rolls?
For
Aurora would be convincing her to. Aurora would be trying to convince her to like just take 2 people.
correct.
To just take her friends.
Correct.
All
That's what you were rolling for.
right. Okay. So that's my 8 for just taking the friends.
Okay. She agrees. She'll take the 2 of them. She brought a small duffel bag, and inside a tarp, some rope, some handcuffs. She sets about cuffing them both, tying them together, wrapping them in a tarp, and then is going to attempt to drag them out of the woods.
Before she does that, Mori would just like pull out 2 stakes and just give it to Harper and just say, they might be out of their minds when they come to. If they're staked, then, you know, at least they're not destroying anything.
Let me make a roll. She looks at you, and there's unadulterated need, but not in any kind of sexual way, kind of in the way someone looks at an adult figure.
Aww.
Right. Then I guess with that, Moria says, keep in touch. I can help you. Do my best anyways.
She nods. It seems like there was potentially more there, but she moves on.
Mori's not insightful enough to figure that out. I could roll, though, if that's what you're telling me.
No, because I made a roll for Harper, so
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
yeah, so she just, there was a potential branch for the story, but I rolled randomly to see what happened. So she takes her 2 friends. So it's just 4 unknown bodies. One of them, which, according to Robbie, you went to school with, doesn't really know the kid, though. And whereas Robbie was like graduated senior, you know, this kid's like a year or 2 behind him, kind of thing.
Aurora is going to do something, and storyteller, I want you to tell me if this is possible. I would like to do do a premonition.
Oh. On what?
Fourth premonition.
Oh.
Yeah, and so what she's trying is like to kind of get an idea of after this, what should they do? Like now that they've taken care of the bodies and stuff, what is I guess for her personally, what should she really go and see Theo like after seeing this is like, or should she follow them into the caves? Because her idea is like she wants to create, political alliances, but now there's like this tie of she's feeling a little conflicted. She's like, should I help Damien in the caves? Because this is a lot to deal with, and I guess for her, she is worried with how Robbie's been acting.
Okay, roll it. What do you mean, human?
Ah!
What do you mean? Acting? What do you mean? Human? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean?
I don't know, man. I woke up and then I turned out this way and it was weird.
What do you mean?
All right. It's just he's acting funny, and I don't know what to do about it.
What? You mean not wanting to kill other people his
Not what-
age?
Yeah, being a reasonable human being. Wow, what a concept. But yeah, she's worried about like her pack now. She's really honestly worried about her pack, and now she had this idea to like go reach out and do all this political stuff, but now she's like, fuck, now I feel like I have to like be here because my pack is kind of tearing itself apart. And it's not tearing itself apart, but it's like she's worried about the weak links, if you will. She's worried about a pack, man. All right, rolling it, and it is. Oh, I just got. Oh, is that? Oh, wow, it's better than I thought it was gonna be. 5 sucks.
Damn. That's a lot.
Oh, really? I was like, oh man,
Yeah, 5 sucks. 5 suck. Very good.
Suck.
Suck. Okay. So you're gonna have a premonition, and I think by the time Aurora's having a premonition, unless there's more for Azriel and Damien, the coteries back in the glade together as she has this premonition. So is there more for Azriel or Damien?
Azriel's just, he has something he needs to do after this that he's been trying to do all night. So he's just trying to get this over with.
Would I have seen like Harper walk by with her bag of goodies?
Let me roll. Well, actually, you roll D10.
Roll a d10.
If you get a success, well, just roll a vampire dice. If you get a success, yes. If you get a failure, no.
Roll a 4.
Okay, so no, you don't see Harper with her bag of goodies.
Went
Okay.
the opposite direction.
Bag of goodies. It's like a piñata.
But there's people inside.
I think the only thing that Damien would have done, since he would have been like halfway between the glade and them, while Aurora is having her premonition, he would have just grabbed the gasoline he mentioned and his oh, he's got matches in his pocket, never mind. But if anything, he would have just kind of given, Robbie like a pat on the back, like, I understand, pal. Like, I get where you're coming from, and I'm not mad
That
or disappointed.
that sympathy is just, it does something to you. Okay, you grab the gasoline.
Yep.
Okay, all right. Then, Mori, you're going to be watching as she has this circumvention. I mean, this premonition.
Okay, yep.
Azriel as well.
Yeah. If need be, I'll make sure she doesn't hurt herself while,
Her,
like her body. I don't know how the premonition works.
her green
She
eyes,
doesn't know either.
they begin to glow.
Me neither.
They begin to glow, and she starts making this god-awful sound. And then all at once, she kind of twists, and her head falls back, and her mouth opens, and she makes this terrible noise.
Oh, cool. Like the horror movies. Awesome.
like like a throat calling.
Nice.
What you
I was
see,
going to say
Picturing
that.
like the SpongeBob. Blah.
what you see, Aurora, is you see Damien alone in the caves. You see that he is overcome by something far older than he is. And you see he leaves the pack. And when you come to, there is a sinking feeling that that will come to pass if he goes alone.
Aurora drops to her knees and yep, everything falls apart. Aurora drops to her knees and she's like shaking. Is Damien putting gasoline on these bodies?
I don't know, are you?
Have you already lit
Yeah,
them
what
up
he-
on fire?
Like what he would have done?
Because
is
I
he
mean,
would have taken
Robbie's
all the
like,
bodies.
hey, can Mori take one home? Just one?
Jesus. And you get a kindred, and you get a kindred. Yeah, I'm
Azriel hear
just,
that?
it's important that like if is fire present.
I mean, it will be because he's just throwing bodies in there if nobody's gonna take one.
Yeah, Aurora goes up to Damien and does she see the can of gasoline?
Oh yeah, it's right next to him as he's just hucking the bodies in there like they're sacks of potatoes.
Are you? She looks around. We're in a clearing, right?
Yeah.
Are you gonna light these on fire? What are you gonna send up a beacon?
Robbie made a really good point. What if they come back for him and we just stake him and they just scurry off?
Then cut their heads off.
Robbie gasped. He's like, what? Holy shit!
Sorry, are you eating something?
I am, yeah. And he's like, what the fuck? Zero's like, yeah, murder in the woods. That's what I'm fucking talking about,
This-
Damien.
Then whoever put these here will come back immediately. You think that'll give the fire enough time, and we don't want to. And they'll know that we've been all over this place.
I don't want to chop anybody up. Mori, can't you take one? Azriel.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're all there in the clearing.
Yeah, he asked Azriel.
Yeah, well, I mean, why can't you just take one? Maybe not as, but just one. There's only 4 of them. And he has, like, Robbie, we talked about this, and he's like, I know, I just don't want to.
Robbie,
Damien, we don't want to give up our position.
if you are truly desperate to save one of them, I could take one for you.
Azriel!
I
And
mean, I always wanted to be a father.
Azriel. And that's when you hear Aurora hiss at you. And oh god, I don't even know what to roll for that.
Intimidate?
Trying to roll
What
like
are you doing?
intimidation?
Aurora's never been intimidating. Oh my god, this is new territory. Like
She puts on her mother face and just screams at you.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, it's kind of mother reprimanding you. Azriel, let me be very clear. Have you looked in a mirror recently? Do you
No.
know the responsibility that Damien has taken? You should
Yes,
know your
I'm aware.
place. Then know your place in this pack.
Whoa! Why are we acting like a bunch of monsters?
Oh my god.
What do you
Sorry, Azriel
mean?
just
That's out of
pinches his
character.
teeth.
Robbie's just like, what do you mean know your place? I thought we were all together on this.
No, Robbie, there's a hierarchy.
What the fuck? What do you mean? The only hierarchy I have is Damien's basically like, and he doesn't say it, but you all know it's like, it's basically
His
like,
dad.
yeah.
Vampy
You have to
Daddy.
read between the lines. Robbie.
Vampy.
I suggest learning that ability soon.
Dude, you sound like the fucking Nosferatu movie, and I don't like it.
Okay,
Need you
serious side.
to
Serious
watch the tone you handle my boy with,
I'm sorry.
or else I will scoop out your eyes.
Whoa, whoa.
I meant no offense to you.
Why,
Damien.
why is it all falling apart? Why are we like this? What?
Mori's going to speak up this time and just say, we could handle one or two, right?
Mori,
It would help.
we've talked about this with Harper. It puts a target on our back. We have to manage someone else. We have to manage their hunger, which means
I could just see that
we have
Robbie
to manage their
was
hunting.
very sensitive to the one in particular that he seems to know.
I'm sorry. I
I
don't.
was trying to be compassionate.
I apologize for speaking out of my place. Mori does a little, Asian kind of bow.
I
Aurora
also
acknowledges that.
apologize.
Aurora acknowledges that and looks at Damien. Right? We're trying to survive together. Not bring
Right,
attention
we
to
are
us.
trying to survive together. But one way or another, they're going to come back, and our fingerprints are going to be all over this. So
Our
whether they
se-
come back now or later, they
What are,
don't know.
what's the problem with our fingerprints now?
I think our scent is going to be all over this, so you're right. It doesn't matter. But Damien, I
I
saw.
might have something to help with that.
I need to talk to you.
Talk to me here, in front of everyone.
I need to ask you, were you planning to go? You weren't planning to go in alone in those caves, were you? You weren't planning to break off from the group, were you?
I mean, if people want to go, fine, but I have Robbie and I have Mia. And Mori did offer, so I would never dismiss anyone who wanted to come. Also, I have great respect for Mori.
Damien, I saw. If you go, there is something old, very old, and much stronger than you. And if you ever go alone, it will take you. And this is not a threat, this is a warning, because I don't want to lose you.
I mean,
We need you.
he looks at Mia. That's what you were going after, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Noted. I still plan on burning those caves to the fucking ground, though.
I think we should, I agree. But maybe for tomorrow night. I think we should take what Reich told us and work on that tonight. I know that's really hard for you. But I worry we might not be strong enough. Not yet.
What do you think, Mori?
I think a problem will get more powerful over time. But also, I don't know, you may not be strong enough for it. So
What
caution.
do you think, Azriel?
I did have a couple plans for tonight, but I would be more than happy to join you tomorrow. Perhaps with a little bit of extra strength if I'm able to accomplish what I need to accomplish.
All right. Mia. Robbie. Your opinions still count.
Robbie shakes his head and he looks so out of his depth here. Like the burning these bodies, beheading them, he's just a little guy. He says honestly, I don't know. And Mia gives you a grave look, Damien. I will follow your lead. But whatever this thing was, I think its defenses killed my entire family. Hurt Peggy.
More than likely.
And I think that it's capable of a lot more than any of us realize.
Hey, we tackle it tomorrow then. Wait. Didn't you say you wanted to meet somebody, Aurora? You mentioned
Yes, I was gonna
some
meet.
Kindred you'd met.
Yeah, I was gonna meet with Theo, feel them out. We also could try to meet. We still need to beat the bishop. These Torador and La Sombra. We could possibly persuade them.
Mia says, persuade them to what?
Lend us a hand.
With this entity in the caves, this ancient of their kind?
Possibly, or even get a hold of the situation that's in the city right now.
I don't trust anybody outside of this circle to have our backs in that fight.
No, but we do have
That's the correct mentality to have. But here's the thing, Azriel. We work with them, but we don't fucking trust them worth an inch. We just work with them.
I am 100% behind you on that.
Right. I just think with the people that have come in, they're gonna want to have targets in our backs, so.
Gotta schmooze them.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what I propose. I want Aurora and Mori to go see Theo. Because I think Mori's, as far as I'm concerned, one of the strongest ones here. That'll be
Mori
a
will nod her
perfect
head.
bodyguard. Azriel, you'll come with me. Because I don't think you want to be alone there, pal.
I'm okay with your company.
So you might have to loan out your car to the girls.
That's fine.
Right. And we'll make one stop that I wanted to make prior to this. Since we're cutting out the caves, I get to see Isabel. Because she has a special order for me.
I also have one stop I need to make.
Stone steps through the woods,
Look.
completely shirtless, covered in tattoos and markings that you all recognize as Lilith.
Yes, father.
Whoa.
Shouldn't you be calling him Daddy?
He chuckles and he says, I do have a preference to sir or daddy. However,
I'm not calling you daddy ever.
Does Aurora recognize this voice?
you do.
Oh no! Aurora's like, all right. She just like her wide eye, and she just avoids his gaze.
If you're going to convince other clans to assist you, you realize it's a matter of time. Playing the game. They're going to send you on meager tasks so that they can suss you out and in turn you suss them. Do you have that kind of time and patience? And he's looking at you, Damien.
I don't. But what do all kindred fear? I guess maybe a show of force. Something more powerful than they are. Something to lord over them.
And what proof do we have that this thing in the cave is more powerful
our word.
That's about it, really.
He crosses his hands in front of him, steeples his fingers.
I think we take one of their...
And he uses a phrase that you're all like, wait, what? And he calls it a vazd.
and we bring it to their doorstep. Or we make one ourselves and we spin a delectable tale.
And Robbie's like, oh my god, you wanna lie to people?
Oh, sweet childer.
I say we catch one if it's unhinged. It'll be very convincing.
Could get us killed.
By the
Never
way,
stop us.
There's no one within 10 miles of this glade. You're welcome.
and when he like steps beyond you, you can like see that all the tattoos are blood. And his mouth is red, and he's licking his fingers as he walks towards the car. And Zero's like, yeah, he's just fucking bad news, man. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs to the nth degree. I mean, I'm all for murdering bad guys in the woods and starting a bonfire and playing some Dazzy J, but god damn, that guy
Aurora bites her lower lip.
is something else.
Listen, man, I don't know what to tell you. We're just kind of rolling with it when it comes to him.
Yep, it's all right. It's fine. I just he kind of freaks.
EBGBs.
Yeah, just he's a little weird. He's a little. I think he's weird because he's like a bunch of people in one casing. I don't like that. It's unnatural. And Stone does something you've never seen him do, and he says, "Yes,
It is quite unnatural, Zero, but I'm going to teach Damien how to do it.
and he just opens your trunk. Like he waves his hand, and your trunk just unlocks, and he opens it.
And he's like, I know there were clothes in here.
He starts rifling through and talking to himself in different accents. What do you guys do?
Yeah, at this point,
What do you think, Damien?
I guess we have to play catch.
I love being catcher and consent to you pitching.
He's just gonna like be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Mia's like, what the fuck? She actually says it out loud.
Oh, sorry. Monogamy. Ugh, shame.
Aurora just giggles a little bit.
There's a
You
small
must-
flinch on Azriel's face at that, by the way.
Ooh, also shame.
Zero's like, I don't like him. He's creepy and he's rude. Anyways,
Damn it. Okay.
Can I actually steal a moment of your time, Stone?
Certainly.
I'll motion to talk in private.
okay.
I guess we go hunting one of these void, whatever the fuck.
Yeah. All right.
Where do I even find one of these? It's not like I can go to the supermarket and be like, oh, I'll take two, good sir.
I think that we just look where Artemis.
We can go to her cave. It's not a problem.
We could even find what she used to make them.
People. You just gotta find some people.
Go find some people, dead body parts. It's fine.
People. You have people right here. That's
Sorry.
what he was gonna suggest. Anyways, yeah. So I guess only more RP in the glade, Mori. Before I meanwhile over to Azriel.
Not too much. She does give like a eyebrow raise to like Azriel with stone, Seth, and then just kind of like messages her sister, like kind of responding, and then just say, "We saved her friends."
Yay.
You know.
Yeah, she's like, you're a good person.
Oh. Okay.
And with that, she just kind of says, "I hope so." That's it. Nothing else. She kind of stays quiet for the most of it.
Yeah, Damien just kind of looks at all the bodies. Like, how many are here? What, 3, 4?
Mm-hmm. 4.
And he just looks at his hand. What if we just make it easy? And not do the hard work? But I need everyone's permission to do this.
Do what exactly?
Aurora looks at Mia.
We're still gonna dispose of them. But I can just craft them all together. Is everyone fine with that, or?
It would look like what makes I don't think this is gonna sit well with Mia.
Gonna look at me.
Oh, yeah. There's big face. And
Robbie, she would murder us.
Robert's like,
so-
oh, God, human centipede. Don't do it.
Yeah, no, even more is a bit shocked at that.
I mean, it's easy.
You remember,
I mean,
Stone's
Is it?
words? You could make one and take it to their door, make them believe you that someone's making an army and that their power's in threat. There's nothing to get fucking Kindred moving faster.
If you want a solution to the problem, then we just do this now. Once we're done with it, we burn them to ashes. I'm just saying, this is a utility. This is a use. Either way, they're gonna burn.
Ooh, you're gonna have to use your Domitor favor and your persuasions on Mia. If you're gonna try and do that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Because she's like, oh, hell no.
That will be... Okay. So I'll be anime dominate. And how many sips of blood has she had? Just 1?
No, more.
2? How much?
3.
Oh, so she's completely bloodbound.
Correct.
Then she's gonna have a -3 to defiance rolls.
Ugh. Mad.
Oh, it's Azriel, not too long ago.
Yeah.
-3 or 4. No, if it, let me look real quick.
Aurora
Sure.
is looking.
She should
at
have
Mia.
like Iron Will, where like it's actually harder to bond her than normal stuff like that.
Tempered will? Oh, I see what you're saying.
Just as like a, because she's an exceptional mortal.
Yeah, Aurora's just looking at Mia and kind of like tilting her head and kind of like this face of like, in a way,
Yeah, 3 dice penalty.
Okay. Oh, and she has blood empathy too, so she. Oh man. That even that kind of fucks up her brain a little. Ugh. Ugh.
Aurora's gonna move
Wait a
closer
second,
to
are we the
Mia
bad guys?
in curiosity.
What? No.
Are we the baddies? Okay, so while that's gonna be rolled, meanwhile, Azriel, you and Stone aren't too far. 'Cause Stone still wants to see what's happening, and he's there's this like kind of thrumming excitement. He keeps glancing into the glade, and then back to you. How can I assist?
Out of curiosity, this is Seth, right? The one I met in my dreams.
No, this one does not have
Okay.
violet eyes.
I'm assuming that you made a couple of corpses back there,
Oh,
from what you said.
most assuredly.
I actually might have a use for said corpses that could benefit the pack.
Does it need to be intact?
Pretty mostly, yes.
Ooh, could I interest you in a couple severed limbs?
Maybe I could give you a little mission for me. Could you maybe procure me a couple intact corpses?
What do I get out of it? And he steps forward.
I guess I would owe you a favor.
He holds out his wrist. And he says, make a pact.
Or you'll have to show me how.
He basically motions for you to bite him.
Or I'll take a big old bite.
Okay. Temporary use is biting his blood because he's like crazy, 9 different people, kind of spooky. You have a +2 to all your dice pools. And he does stroke your hair very lovingly. Like, oh, good job. There you are. And then when you're done and you pull away, you feel a little high. Feels real fun.
I must say, I like this version of you.
Thank you. I find myself to be quite the dirty gentleman. And he licks his wound clean. Ooh, inadvertent kiss. And he's gonna turn and pause. Was that all you needed? Just a couple of dead bodies?
I also need a live sacrifice, if you could procure that too.
I see. That's a little more difficult. You see, I think your sweet Mori would have a problem with that.
Just find somebody evil that deserves a good punishment. I actually know of somebody. I'll give them the information on the people who hurt my sister in the past.
Oh boy.
If you brought them, I would owe you a much larger favor.
You practically owe me a life boon. Very well.
It is for the good of the pack.
I think you might be confusing good of the pact and your own gains, Azriel. And he starts pacing kind of behind you. And he makes this really percolating sound. It's like a part growl, part purr as he steps behind you. I would be careful.
I hear you.
Do you? He says right by your ear.
I hear you. I'm listening.
He smells up your neck. Because you don't smell like boy pussy anymore.
That's good. I was sick and tired of holding back all this time anyway.
His eyes flash
And he like
orange.
licks his teeth.
And he starts to chuckle. And then they shift in color. They're dark enough you can't quite tell what color they are. I can't decide if I like this new version of you. But I'm willing to get to know you. And he's gonna walk
I'm willing to get
backwards
to know you.
back into the glade unless you stop him.
Nope, I've told him everything I needed.
Okie dokie.
No, I will say, There is a nice little storage unit near my place that is under Azriel. It's a perfect place to store what I've asked for.
Just gives you a couple winks.
I'll just give him a very forced smile that is very... It's him trying to reassure himself, but it's obviously fake.
Yeah, you see through his smile, it's also fake. It's a mascot. It's a mascot. And the gifts in the chat, evil. It's... I didn't mean to come back over here and see this.
So much evil.
It's a mask of humanity from this stone or whatever his name is as well.
I'll follow him back to the group.
Okay. All right, Damien. What are we rolling?
I would say, so there's no like contested roll, but I'm going to say resolve and composure.
From you?
Or intelligence and resolve.
Am I rolling it?
Intelligence and resolve,
Are
yeah.
you rolling it?
Yeah. You're rolling it. I rolled my persuasion.
Okay. God, she's so mad about this. Okay, what am I rolling?
-3, by the way.
I see. I hear you. Okay, so she does take -3. However, there are things unknown about your girl. But still, her dice pool is meager.
Also, you can't use willpower.
That's fine. 3 sucks, baby.
Does it beat 6?
No, just 3. Just 3 sucks.
No.
Not 3 swallows.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
3 swallows.
So as Aurora's getting closer to Mia, does she notice like a change in her? She's like kind of like looking at her.
Mm-hmm. It's like a veil comes down over her, but it's the source, like through her veins.
She reaches out to touch Mia.
And she flinches a little, then looks at you. No, he's right.
Are you...
I hate using these monstrous tricks. But if it's to hunt something greater, it might be worth it.
She hugs Mia. And, God, she just hugs Mia. Like, I don't even know. Just seeing, because like we have that Vulder, like that connection with, like we feel like, you know, she's like one of our touchstones, right? We feel that too. Or we feel that same way, right?
Yeah, a bit.
And there's kind of like, I don't know, how can I put this? I don't know, she just kind of recognizes that something's, when you don't want to do something or something's wrong and you're, I don't know, how can I say with this without being mean? Like an assault victim? They're trying to hide something. And you just feel sad. Because you know how that feels.
I'm okay.
And so she doesn't say anything. And she just embraces her.
Thank you. And she like pats your shoulders, and then it's hard for me to protect you when you're holding my arms. I need to be able to shoot in the event something comes through the trees. And at that moment, Stone kind of twirls out of the trees, and his eyes are orange. Then he blinks, and he straightens, eyes violet once again.
And she'll whisper in her ear, and she says, But who's going to protect you? And let's go.
Roll a wits in awareness.
Because, yeah, Aurora's like, as someone who's a quote-unquote touchstone, I don't know, she just feels worried about her, and it's like, I don't know, it's a new feeling for Aurora, too. She doesn't know how to take it. That's all she can say. Alright. I am going to willpower that. That was poopy. I got a 2, guys. I have 7 dice for this, and only a 2 that's poopy. Okay?
Yeah, I get that.
Alright, that's much better. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
When you say that, there's a moment, like, she kind of gets caught up in your words, but her gaze tunnels over at Damien. She believes in him. Even if he's a little monstrous.
And there is a very sad look in Aurora's eyes. And
I have faith that everything will work out. And she looks at Damien and nods. If this is what you have to do to hunt this monster, fine.
Damien's gonna look over to Mori. The ends justify the means, right?
She shakes her head no, but doesn't say anything. Kind of like she's trying to hold herself together after, like, hearing that.
Yeah, let me roll for this. See, so a rouse check. Do you want me to roll a rouse check per person or just one rouse check?
Per person to make yourself a fucking war ghoul out of kindred that are not yet kindred. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. Or,
Right.
I mean, God.
3 successes, and Mia's looking a little tasty.
But isn't she always
So-
looking a little tasty?
So what's going on is
Do you
just, like,
say that
persuasion?
out loud?
Sorry, that was out of character. That was out of character. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, because I was gonna say, do you say that out loud?
No, I just had to do my rouse checks for flesh
Mm.
crafting. So hunger, there it is. I was like, where's the dots for it? And that'll be... Do you want this to automatically succeed since they're not struggling, or do you just want me to do the roll?
It
here?
will succeed since they're... Unless it has to be done on living beings.
I mean... it doesn't... I mean, it's meant to be done on living beings one way or another.
Okay, so...
Could we craft
The user
like,
cannot be
10
able to
version?
work undisturbed on the subject. Needs to be willing or restrained. They are technically...
So when you first
They're
go
not
to
rest-
when you go to craft, nothing happens. And Stone merrily makes Seth, it's Seth now. Seth stoically makes his way over, kneels down beside you, and he teaches you how to make dead flesh yield. And it does require that you both share a little blood.
He just kind of gives him a look, and he's just like, whatever.
Yep. So he cuts himself, he cuts you, combines your blood, draws a bunch of fucking rituals on the floor. You're hungrier, and so is he. It is horrific. The next 20 minutes of flesh and bone. Mia has to turn away.
I think
She
Aurora would
gags.
comfort Mia.
Okay, yeah, Mia turns away, gags. Robbie throws up. His hunger goes up. It's just blood pelts the ground.
Mori leaves.
The smell is putrid. The only one that watches
Azriel
with sick
watches.
fascination is Azriel.
Yeah, it's morbid fascination.
There's
He's into it.
There's a combination of fleshcraft and good old necromancy. When Seth and Damien are finished, Damien, you have a new discipline.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Hold on. Your little... Give me a second. You know what? I'll get it to you. You just
Yeah.
do what you gotta do. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. So your old world heart is gonna love this, because this is technically V20.
That cackle.
Oh, that's great. Oh.
Love to see your boy happy.
Yep. And in the process, you learn this, which is also V20. And in
That's so.
in the process, oh no. He says he can teach you this. And the way you look at him completely changes. He puts a hand on your shoulder. And he whispers, "You are from the house of the dragon. I can teach you." In the inside of his mouth, lights. And there's a clicking sound. And as he exhales, the smell of wood smoke. Sparks. And a banked fire. As he lets it just pour out of his mouth, just enough. It's no brighter than a lighter. And then he swallows it. The flame. Like some party trick.
How is it possible?
The same way I can teach you to make a cathedral made of flesh. But you will need to convince
Azriel, hear this?
He's only whispering to Damien. You can roll wits and awareness since you're watching in sick fascination.
He says, but you will need to change some opinions in time. You could walk the earth like a god.
We will see.
He just smiles.
We have all the time in the world.
With success, yeah, you hear that.
Azriel just stores that in the good old the ticker. Internalizes that.
And he says, but we rise and fall as a pack.
And that conviction in this moment that both of you know is so strong in every aspect that is stone. He's not just... You don't think he's going to go off and do something malignant.
Mhm.
Yeah. He's got a zealot-like idolatry to that loyalty.
Is it just the three of us when he says that?
Yeah, yeah. Because Mia, like, moves away because she's gagging and, you know, Robbie's gone. He's puking. The only one that's still there listening, I guess, is, like, Zero. And Zero is just muttering, yeah, fucking psychopath. I gotta figure out a way to tell the girls. This is crazy. He's trying to corrupt my boy.
I like this.
My precious
That's
boy.
what I say.
So,
I'm in.
is Aurora with Mia out of earshot of them?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She grabs Mia's hands and she looks at her in the face and she says very seriously, I am also worried about Damien. He was not like this when I met him. Everything changed the night he took Artemis. I believe in telling you the truth because I think you deserve to know.
What do you mean, the night he took Artemis?
He didn't tell you?
I don't think he did. Did he? Villain? I don't think he has.
Not yet. No, it's not like he's hiding it. He hasn't tried to deny it.
And so, with that in mind, Aurora goes, you don't understand, Mia. There was, I don't know, curiosity, but kind of like a protective... When I first met him, he helped me. But since the night of Artemis, I'm beginning to wonder if it's our fault. He ate her, Mia. And I wanting to help, she hurt him, and I helped him. And then he told me, but I didn't know who she was, and he took her light.
She absorbs all this.
He's not the same Mia, and I don't know, I'm worried about you. It's crazy. I just don't...
Oh.
But I was so surprised because you just suddenly agreed to, like, let him do that.
When you say that, she looks at you. So did you. And she
I know.
pushes you back. You may act like the sheep, Aurora. But I know what you are. I know what all of you are. Thank you for your concern. Thank you for telling me the truth.
You deserve to know if you're going to be with us. That's all.
Roll a wits and insight.
Do.
that is... Damn it. I got a skull. Which sucks because I had a crit, so that's just 4.
Okay. There's... You don't pick up everything, but she's got plans. Plans that she won't share with anybody.
Good. Because it's not fair that she doesn't know the truth, because that's what Lilith preaches, right?
Right.
And so Aurora doesn't mind. I mean, she did declare that she was going to kill us. Actually, Aurora will say this out loud.
Or she says, you did say you would kill us all, so I wouldn't be surprised if you're actually the wolf in sheep's clothing.
She doesn't comment.
I don't care what you do with the information. But I want to ask you, why didn't he tell you?
Suppose I'll have to find out for myself.
Well, how much more will you push that line, Mia?
She doesn't comment.
Just food for thought. Because you're smart. And I worry.
Like I said, thank you for your concern.
I don't even think you mean that. And there's hurt in Aurora's eyes. She's kind of hurt. She's like, damn, just, okay, thank you for your concern, but it seems like a lie. And
At her core, with the 4, she is a hunter. She has her own motives.
Aurora's concern is the pack. And if Mia's part of the pack, she should know. But if Mia threatens the pack, then Damien has to do something about it. And I don't want it to see it get to that point. Because then that would mean all the sacrifice was for nothing.
What are you getting at? What's your angle?
If Damien's changing, then so are you.
Be concerned about yourself. More than you're concerned about me. I know what I have to do. You do what you have to do.
Doesn't have to get to that point.
And then what are you insinuating?
I don't want us to fight like that. Not if we have to. I don't want Damien to hurt anymore. And I don't want you to get hurt.
So this is a bid for power? Because he's also in charge of the pack?
So what happens if I become in charge?
Why don't you do it and find out? And she gets real close to you. And you feel the stake that Mori gave her at your back faster than you realize.
Wait, I gave it to Harper, right?
Oh, not Mia. Okay.
Yeah, not me. Nope.
Then she's got one of her own.
Yeah, I was about to say she would have one of
no,
her
that's
own.
cool.
That makes
I
more
just wanted
sense,
to clarify.
And she says,
I just wanted to clarify.
let me make one thing perfectly clear, Aurora. You're not a woman anymore. You're Kindred. If Damien is guilty, so are you.
I know. And so are you, I guess.
No, because unlike any of you, my heart still beats, and I've got a soul.
Just do it. Stake me. Give him the leadership.
Unlike you, I'm not going to go around and poison the well. If I
Not
challenge
trying
you,
to poison the well.
it'll be public.
I am letting you know.
It'll be
Okay.
loud.
That's fine. If I die anyway, I was on borrowed time.
She pulls back.
You think I'm afraid of dying?
No.
You think I chose to be this way?
I think you're afraid of what you
Just-
don't know. And I think you'll do anything to get information. I think that you'll go so far even as to turn us against ourselves in the guise of being sweet and innocent. And she pulls away.
All right. Keep walking down your path, Mia.
And you
That's
keep
all I can hope
walking
for.
down yours.
All right. Aurora's not phased. Doesn't bother her. She spoke no lies.
She
She's so
watches you with this
calm.
intense stoicism. Mia is a cobra, waiting for the perfect moment to strike.
Gesundheit.
Could you hear that? I'm so sorry, I was yelling at a dog.
We saw
No.
we heard the very end of it.
So sorry.
Dude, Mia's so hot right now. Anyways, that's the player talking, not Aurora. Aurora's just, I don't know, Aurora's just calm. She's just happy that she told her truth, and Mia will do what she will. If she dies, she dies. Like, Aurora's strangely calm about this idea of death, because realizing that you were an accident the whole time means you're always on borrowed time.
Yeah. Weren't sure what the insight, no idea what Mia's planned, but she's got fucking plans.
Oh yeah.
And then back in the glade, Robbie comes back after several moments. And the crafting is complete. 4 individuals piled on top of each other like some sinister ice cream cone. Flesh dripping, hands and feet.
And you make them look any way you want? Azriel asked in morbid curiosity.
Does he ask Stone or does he ask Damien?
Both of you. Directed at the 2 flesh craftsmen.
I mean, if I can change my own body however I want, then I can do it to them. I imagine.
There's something beautiful about it.
I guess it's a form of artistry in a sense.
It really is.
Either way, it's gonna burn when I'm done with it.
Of course, of course.
All right. Stone. What do I even call you anymore?
Whenever you'd like.
Jesus Christ.
Very well.
That wasn't a declaration to call you Jesus Christ. I'm not doing that. Where does this council dwell that we could take this thing to them and make our bid?
his eyes shift. And since you're close to him, you notice they're very dark green.
In the city. Elysium.
Fires off an address.
Roughly. If they haven't moved. It's been a while.
Right.
Memory is different for each of us. You must understand.
Okay, then we present this and we make our case. That's what we gotta do. And then we take care of whatever this ministry bullshit is. Because they seem to be counterproductive to everything.
They seem like just another cult.
Probably just
Trying
trying
to
to
chaos.
raise in the ranks of the eternal Kindred War.
We destroy them too.
I feel like less kindred in the world is a good thing.
Especially those who oppose us. There's no point in having them. If you're not with us, then you're fucking against us.
Exactly.
And I think...
Stone, can you help me, Kit?
What? Go ahead.
Yep.
No, you go ahead.
Stone, can you help me carry this to Azriel's car, and I'll put a tarp over it.
Yeah.
Truck, sorry, to a car.
Yeah. His form
I
kind
can
of
help,
shifts.
too.
He gets bigger, gets stronger.
Robbie,
I don't want to touch it.
you don't have to touch it. I just want you to come with me.
Okay.
I can help you carry it to my car.
All right.
I'm feeling kind of pumped up on whatever was in your blood, man. It was good.
Murder!
And he just giggles. And Robbie's just like, oh, God.
Is this like a strength athletics roll?
Yep. And Robbie obvious is like, shouldn't we go get Mia and the girls? I mean, they're out there and it's
Yeah,
dangerous, right?
Yeah, can you guys do this for me? I'll go with Robbie to find Mia and Aurora. Make sure they're okay.
Stone's like, certainly.
Azriel, there's a tarp in the back of the hatch. It's unlocked. Just open it.
Okay. I'll wait for you to get back after that. We're
Thank
off
you.
together, right?
Correct. Him and Robbie will go look for Mia and Aurora.
Okay.
I rolled a critical 10 bucks, by the way, for that
Hell yeah.
muscly.
Hell yeah. It is easy
I'm feeling
peasy.
quite juiced.
Easy peasy for you and Stone to muscle it in, tarp it up, strap it down. And Stone's talking to it like it's a baby. Calling it pretty, saying it has its mother's eyes.
Oh, which one was the mother? You or Damien?
Damien this time.
I see.
And, yeah. Roll intelligence and investigation.
Oh, to find him? Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm better at investigation.
Good.
No, it's
Lord, this is
It's-
unhinged.
it's about the same, but I have a lot of blood dice, so. So that is 2 successes and a critical.
Okay. You only need a 3 to find him. It's tense.
Are they like still like close to each other? Like
Yeah, they're pretty close, like kind of in a standoff almost. Mia's got that killer look in her eyes.
Aurora just looks calm. Does she notice Damien coming into the clearing or coming where they are?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Damien.
Mia, you okay?
I don't think I told her about Artemis.
I haven't told her about Artemis yet.
Yeah, I kind of realized that.
And Mia gets this smile on her face. Everything's fine. She's burning,
Aurora just looks at Damien like it is not fine.
burning
it is
gaze
not deja vu.
at Aurora.
Not deja vu. Aurora just looks at Damien like things are not fine.
It's gonna give her like just a look of like okay. And
She just nods her way. Just nods his way. I don't know. They're a pack now. There's trust, but kind of sadness now. And pity and it's a lot.
we're all gonna gather at the vehicles.
Okay. Aurora starts just walking.
He's gonna kind of move towards me. Do you want to talk at all? If you want me to talk about Artemis, I could go in detail. Anything you want to know.
I just find it interesting. She waited till the opportune moment that I was alone and disturbed. And then she details everything that was said.
Yeah, that happened. I won't deny that.
My suspicious nature says she wants power. Will do anything to
Wouldn't shock
circumvent
me.
you. Quite manipulative. But I suppose everything's different when you're dealing with Kindred.
It's true.
I'm fine. And she brushes past you.
He grabs her.
How monstrous do you feel right now? She pulls her arm away. And then she turns to look at you. What am I?
You're someone important to me.
In what way?
I
How do you feel?
care about you, Mia. I don't want you to get hurt or Robbie. And Travis is still out there somewhere. I don't know even how he's doing. I've called him twice and he hasn't answered his phone. Hasn't answered a text message either.
The way that she looks at you is almost like a quarry. But not quite. There's far too much emotion and distress. This whole thing. Let's just go.
Right. Come on, Robbie. Can you have Robbie like roll an insight on Damien for me, please?
Yeah. He's like, oh man.
Intelligence and insight.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Robbie. Okay, he's pretty good at this. Hold on. He's not the best, but he's, you know, he's all right. Insight. Okay. 3 sucks.
On surface level, like physically, he'll notice that his body's gone to this emaciated, cracked, corpse-like thing to more of like how he saw it the night starting out, where it was more sickly, more pale, almost to how a regular Kindred usually looks on the daily. And beneath the surface, like, he doesn't particularly hide it, but he will do anything for him and Mia. Anything. He would burn the city to the ground if it meant protecting them.
That's kind of what Robbie picks up.
Yep.
Dude, Robbie also picks up that his sister's... You've got the look on your face. She's... Shut up. We're leaving. I'm scared. I am... Are we... I feel like everyone is upset and I'm really hungry. And the thing in the back that Stone and Azriel are giggling at... Did we find Mori? Before we end, what has Mori been doing?
Honestly, I think Mori, who's always kept her cool in everything, partially because she has been able to have some semblance of control, you know, even in her life before Kindredism. I think she's panicking. I think she sort of realizes what this whole thing was. It's not what she thought it was. And I think when she left, she probably, using celerity, ran as fast as she could.
Where did she go?
Peggy.
Peggy is totally, like, very different vibes than the Glade. Like, you're getting updates as she's out getting donuts with Gwen, Azriel's sister, and is just talking about books and recipes, hair care products. Like, they're just talking, just absolutely mundane, normal, both of them in their jackets and scarves and talking normal. They've both got hot cocoa and donuts on their plates. They're in this little, like, balcony-esque, like, covered porch area of this little business. Yeah, it's way less creepy. I don't know.
Yeah, it's so much less creepy.
It's just happiness.
I think she was originally going to, like, just immediately just, like, grab Peggy and, like, run, right? But there's somebody there that she doesn't know.
Oh, there's a lot of people. Like, there's a lot.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so, like, Peggy's like, so I found out I have a sister, but I can't go into detail with you, but I'm really excited about it. And Gwen's like, oh, wow, really? Like, how'd you find out? Oh, Ancestry.com. Really? I didn't know that that's what that was about. You know, and then just...
I love that.
Yeah, so...
Meanwhile, if they're at a table for 4 seats, Mori just sits next to her and just kind of, like, bathes in this atmosphere, trying to calm herself.
Okay, it's pretty immediate because she's your touchstone. So you're there maybe like 10, 15 minutes, and it's like, oh, gosh.
Yep.
Mhm. And-
She, in her calmness, decides to just send her sister a text. Because, why not? And she just says, I messed up.
Peggy pulls out her phone, gets an expression of, oh no, types what happened. Gwen tracks the movement, but she doesn't say anything because she's a polite date. She doesn't want to seem jealous,
Uh-huh.
you know. She doesn't want to be like, who are you texting,
Mori, yes, not very intelligent, I'm sorry, guys. But she says, I think we're the bad guys.
I think that's where we're gonna end. I think you type that, and she's like, wait, what? And that's where we end for the night.
Perfect.
Title of the stream. Title of the session. I think we're the bad guys.
I think we're on the bad guys.
Join us in the next episode of New Blood by Night. What happens next? Will Damien actually burn the Wargle? Will Mori rejoin the pack? Will Mia just murder us all and drag us out into the sun? Find out. Who knows?
Yeah, my bet is on Mia right now.
Ooh.